Stay tuned. I will be right back. What's up, everybody? This is where you want to be. Welcome to Progressive Talk Live with Dusty Smith, Prog Talk. This is the show where we take a look at the viral stories on social media this week from a progressive lens and then hold each other and cry. Got a good show planned for you guys tonight. I'm actually going to be doing three shows this week. Maybe four, but definitely three shows because, look at all this shit I got to cover, dudes. That's not it. Let me click this button. Come join us, Twitter. Look at all the shit I gotta cover, dude. That's at least three shows worth, and then, there's gonna be more stuff coming out throughout the week. So, tonight's a special show. We're gonna take a look at the Christian response to the coronavirus. It's nuts, and, how have you guys been? Did you have a good week? Is everything going well for you? Are you staying healthy? I hope you are. Let me put my glasses on and read the chat a little bit. Looking for a great show. Hells yeah. Yo, Dusty, what's up, Glitch Dazel? Everybody loves you, Dusty. Yeah, that's bullshit. I had some drama this week. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I actually had to leave Twitter for a day because my last show, Katana, please go away. Please go away. She's just determined. She wants to sit right up under my camera, this fat thing right here. She wants to sit right up under my camera and then move it around. She's already moved it. I see it moved. And move it, and you can't do that, Katana. You can't sit here and move my camera around while I'm doing the show. It's unhelpful. So please go away right now. Until later. Let me move my camera back since you moved it over. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I had a little drama on the Twitters. My last show, I spoke about Shoe on Head. I dissed Shoe on Head, and so she took a clip of the show. A short clip, she didn't really get the whole context of what I was talking about. But you really can't do that. I can't really blame her for that because, you can't clip the whole 2-hour show. So she clipped it, and she put it up on her Twitter page, and she actually retweeted a couple things about me. And so I got a fucking avalanche. It's kind of interesting what happens when some major million subscriber YouTuber with 300,000 Twitter followers like Shu that has a very loyal and feisty fan base. A lot of them are young kids, of course. But when they shit on you, it's just, you can't even get on your Twitter and read anything because it's just a wall of spam for a day, just nonstop, and you can't see really what the important messages are because you can't keep up with it. And it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people insulting you. They call me every name in the book, call me old and fat, and made fun of me, of course. You're irrelevant, blah, blah, you're just trying to do this for clout, all that kind of same bullshit. They even directly said, you need to be bullied, Dusty. We're gonna bully you. And so they tried to bully me, but it's not just her either. What happens with these cliques is that they all work together. So and they all hate me. I don't really have any big YouTubers as friends since I have a tendency not to involve myself in these cliques, and I call everybody out regardless of who they are. They all fucking hate me. So then when they see her shitting on me, they also retweet her things or leave comments on her things so their entire audience sees it, or they like her tweets about me so their entire audience sees it. So you just don't get her audience coming and shit on you. You have the audience of people that have total combined millions of subscribers come shitting on you. And so it's just like a wall. So I really understand why a lot of people don't speak out against these popular YouTubers, because for me, it doesn't bother me because I've been doing this for 10 years, and every day for the last 10 years, all day, every day, from wake to sleep, people shit on me. First it was the Christians, and then the Muslims, and then the SJWs, and then the anti-SJWs, and then the lefties, and then the conservatives. It's always fucking somebody shitting on me. So I get used to it. I just log out for a couple days, and it's really not that big of a deal. But I can definitely understand somebody who's not used to that kind of thing wouldn't want to speak out against anything that these popular YouTubers are doing, because the amount of hatred you receive is just shocking. shock and awe to people who are not used to it. So anyway, we're going to cover that in the second section of the show, but the first section we're going to talk about the Christian response to the coronavirus. But first, let me check you guys' chats, what you guys have to say. I like you, Cult of Dusty. Cool, I like all you guys. Like, that's all good. Much love to go around. Hey, I still love you, even if you vote for Biden. Yeah, well, I mean, you should vote for Biden if Biden and Trump are the two choices, which it looks very much like they're going to be. I think Bernie is like 30 points behind in Wisconsin, which is insane. It definitely looks like Biden is going to get the nomination. That's not my fault. Jackie Glenn says she's still like, yeah, well, Jackie Glenn's like, I guess we're still kind of friends. I'm just disappointed in like her continuously signal boosting for Blair White and all these other conservatives. It's disappointing to see. But yeah, I've paid Jacqueline Glenn tens and tens of thousands of dollars over the years, so she should like me. I have supported her very well. If you speak out, they usually just report you. Yeah, like last time they got mad at me. Shoe on Head's fan base had the account that I built up for no Katana. Don't go right back to where you were, baby. Sorry. They had the account that I built up for 10 years permanently banned from Twitter. So that's why I have very few followers on Twitter now, because I haven't built my account back up. It took me 10 years to do that shit, and gone in a heartbeat. So what you gonna do? I can't complain too much. Like, when you dish it out, you got to be able to take it. And I talked shit about Shoe on Head on the last show. Like, I called her names. I think I called her a know-nothing airhead or something like that. And so if you call people names and shit, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You're going to get that kind of shit back at you. And so you can't, like, whine and cry about it. You just got to say, okay, well, that's just how it is, right? You were still awesome. Appreciate it. This means you're doing something right. Rock on. Appreciate that. I'm doing what I can. What you going to do? Let's check. Super Chats, lifeblood of the show, Super Chats, no questions dodged, every question answered. If you want to support the show or ask me a question, Super Chats are the way to do it. N-Aspects, great topic for the show, looking forward to it, hell yeah, love you, N-Aspects, thanks for joining us tonight. Breaking Bat 094, this episode sounds great, can't wait, be safe, I will, hope all of you are safe too. Mike L, never give up, bro, I'm going to try not to give up, I'm going to do this as long as you guys support me. I'll be here at least 2 days a week. Because somebody's got to talk about this shit, in my opinion. Unruly Simeon, $5. Gave me a peace sign. Peace to you, Unruly Simeon. Love you. And Sophia, Christina, both of you here. Boris Johnson is real sick. Yeah, we're going to cover that. I think we're going to get to that in the show sometime tonight. Going to speak about that briefly. Couldn't have happened to a nicer fellow, in my opinion. Before we get to the show, folks, Prog Talk Live is on Patreon. If you want to support the show, if you're able, throw me a couple bucks a month, $1 or $2, whatever you can afford. Most of the money goes to Human Society Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, where we rescue cute little dogs and kittens. Like this little ragamuffin right here. This is Miss Diva. Hell yeah, she the mama cat. She dark as night. And she loves her daddy, don't she? Mwah. She's such a sweet baby. She's the one we rescued from under her house. So, if you can help out the show, please do. I said on my last show that I think I'm only going to take up to $1,500 per person. Not per person, total on my Patreon, because that's like $18,000 a year, and that plus what I make on Super Chats, I think it's enough to live, and I don't want to take more money than I need from the system when there's so many other people that need help. And so I think I'm probably still going to do that. It's possible, like, over time, if my expenses go up, I might decide to, like, take $1,600 a month or $1,700 a month, like, as the time goes by. But I think $1,500 is what I'm going to shoot for right now, and then I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to, after I hit that amount, I'm going to recommend you guys donate your money to whoever you want to, but YouTubers who don't have $1,500 a month on their Patreon, preferably, like, don't go out, even though I like some of the big bread tubers or left tubers, don't go out and donate your money to these people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, or even 100,000. Don't do that. There are so many smaller content creators that need your donations, and I'm not shitting on the big lefty YouTubers, but they just don't need it as much. Yes, I know that in the future, you never know what's going to happen. You never know if your money's going to run out in the future, and you want to have a nest egg built up, but there are people right now who are desperate for that money. You know, who knows if I'll even be alive next week, or any of these people will be alive next week. So support the smaller content creators, in my opinion, is the way to go about it. I'm going to try to use my platform to push that, and hopefully I'll be an example maybe to other people. You know, I'm trying. But anyway, I ain't got there yet, so if you want to help out the show and the Animal Sanctuary, $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford, on my Patreon, it's patreon.com/codcast. Hells yeah, right. All right, so let's get started with the show. We're going to talk about the Christian response to the coronavirus. And holy shit, man. These people are going to get us all killed, dudes. They're absolutely going to get us all fucking killed. They're nuts. They're insane. This CNN video was released. I think this was released today. Already been seen 180,000 times. But basically, they're stopping these people that are going into a church. And they're asking them, like, why are you doing this? Don't you know this is dangerous? Don't you know that you could get people sick? And they don't give a fuck, folks. Let's have a listen.
Driving out of this Ohio parking lot is a woman who just attended a church service with dozens of other people, including children.
Can I ask you about your decision to go to church, to be inside that building?
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Aren't you concerned you could infect other people if you get sick inside?
No.
People who don't go to this
No.
church.
I'm covered in Jesus' blood. I'm covered in Jesus'
Well,
blood.
They're psycho. We're covered in blood. I mean, it's so weird that they can just say this shit over and over again and not see how strange it is, how much of a cult it is. They're covered in blood. We're covered in blood. We're fine. We're immune to the coronavirus because we're covered in blood. Yo, you're sick, man. You people are sick cult members. How can you not see this? It's nuts.
Who don't go to this church, who you might encounter.
All of these people go to this church.
No, but you're going to be in places where other people
I go to the
are.
grocery store every day. I'm in Walmart,
What?
Home Depot, all of those
But you
people.
could get them sick. From
That's
what
the point.
happens.
They could get me sick, but they're not because I'm covered in his blood. Thank you very much.
They're not. I won't get sick because I'm covered in blood. It's like fucking Carrie with these motherfuckers. It's so weird.
20 minutes earlier, we watched as people arrived at this evangelical congregation, the Solid Rock Church in Cincinnati. This couple about to walk in with a toddler and a baby. And then there is this woman and man arriving. The woman hugs the man. That same man hugs a woman inside. The arriving woman hugs the man inside. And then she hugs a woman. Church leaders would not talk to us on camera, but have posted this statement which implicitly refers to the pandemic and adds, for that reason, we believe that the doors of Solid Rock Church should remain open. The church says it practices social distancing inside, but the pastors would not allow us in, so we have no way of confirming that. Either way, it doesn't address the potential dangers of large gatherings. What if one person is infected? You're all in that building together. It's a large
I am
gathering.
absolutely not concerned.
The blood of Jesus cures every disease. Psalms 91, read it.
Well, then why isn't it like lots of Christians are dying right now? Why isn't he curing them? If his blood cures everything, why is anybody getting sick? Why is he doing this? Like, these people don't even have the ability to ask themselves childlike questions. They're just sick in the mind cult members.
Miss, you could get somebody else sick if you get sick inside.
Well,
there.
what if you got it? You could get me sick.
Good point.
Who don't go to this church.
There's not one person sick
How do you know?
because I know I'm the pastor.
How do you know?
Because I would hear about it if somebody was sick.
Well, you could be asymptomatic.
You better not print no fake news about me, or you'll hear from me.
You don't want to hear that. They can be asymptomatic, dude. They might not even know they're sick. You can carry it without showing signs and give it to other people. Don't make any fake news about me. Oh, you fucking piece of shit, man. You're going to get people killed. Christians are, right now, all over the world, getting people killed. We're going to show you this shit. But we're going to cover some of these more craziness first before we get to that. Listen to this dude. This dude's basically telling people to listen to Trump over over doctors and shit. This is how insane this cult of Trump is.
In the order of spiritual alignment, Donald J. Trump is the Cyrus above him. I believe that God puts kings and leaders in their place. I believe God has put Donald Trump in his place as a Cyrus. And we need to agree with what he's saying in the order of spiritual
Yeah, we need to agree with what
alignment.
Trump's saying. Don't agree with what the doctors are saying. Don't listen to anybody else but Trump, because God has put Trump as our leader. It's just they're going to get us killed, folks. Seriously, this is no joke. This is a fucking pandemic, dudes. People are dying. You people should be fucking ashamed of yourself, but they are incapable of shame. They really are. Did you hear about Hobby Lobby? Remember we covered Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago, where the dude sent out a letter to his stores that said they're going to keep the stores open despite the pandemic because his wife had a vision from God that said God was going to take care of it all. Don't worry, God's got it. It's all in God's hands and shit. Well, now they decided to shut down all their stores and not give their employees like sick leave or help them out or anything, even though the Hobby Lobby CEO is worth $6.3 billion. This is Christianity for you folks. Now, the Bible specifically says you can't go to heaven if you're rich. Give all your shit away, help the poor. But nope, they do not actually believe it, folks. They just pretend. They're fucking LARPing. Hobby Lobby chose to close its stores yesterday. Today, it fired people by email. People lost their insurance. They offered no severance. They said it's in the hands of God. Remember that. Don't ever fucking go to Hobby Lobby, folks. This company needs to go bankrupt. Now, this piece of fucking shit who has $6.3 billion and is leaving his employees out in the goddamn rain during the fucking, one of the biggest crises in American history. Put this motherfucker in jail, in my opinion. Sorry. Put him under the jail. Be like a dungeon for these rich assholes who are not doing their part. And, good Lord, folks. A prayer meeting at the Fritz megachurch may have led to scores of coronavirus cases, deaths. They're killing people. This was in, she's moving my camera again. This is in France. France health minister calls the Mulhouse gathering the tipping point in the country's epidemic. So this is where a lot of this shit spread in France, because these people refuse to stop going to church. They literally believe they're immune, but they're killing folks all over the fucking world. It's happening in the United States too. And the Florida governor, of course, fucking moron, Ron DeSantis, said religious services conducted in churches, synagogues, and houses of worship are essential business and therefore exempt from the stay-at-home executive order. Bull fucking shit. They are the least essential businesses. They are actually harmful. They're the first fucking thing that should be shut down. And honestly, if a church is considered an essential business, then they should pay taxes, right? They absolutely should pay taxes like every other business. If they're just a business, if they're just an essential business, they should fucking pay taxes. In fact, they should voluntarily say they're going to pay taxes during one of the worst crises in American history. They should step up and show the love of Christ, right? But they're not going to fucking do that because churches are a money-making operation. It's a scam. It's all a fucking scam, folks. Always been that way. And like I said, it's happening all over the world. 43 people fall ill at a Pentecostal church after revival. 10 test positive for coronavirus. Man, these people are going to Walmart. These people are the people you're walking next to in Walmart. The people you're walking next to at the grocery store. Several members of Illinois Pentecostal Church are either at the hospital or in home quarantine after at least 43 congregants fell ill following a revival service 2 Sundays ago. And at least 10 of them have tested positive for the new coronavirus. In a Facebook post Wednesday night, Lina Locascio, wife of Pastor Anthony Locascio, who leads the Life Church of Glenview, said at least 43 of the approximate 80 people who attended a March 15th service at their church have fallen ill, and everyone who has been tested for the new coronavirus has come back positive for the virus, which has already killed more than 1,470 people and infected more than 97 people nationwide. What happened to the blood of Jesus? I thought the blood of Jesus cured everything. Aren't you guys covered in the blood of Jesus? I guess you just didn't fucking have enough faith. You didn't believe hard enough. This is actually your fault. God is punishing you for not having enough faith. That's what's happening here. And this is the kind of shit they're doing, folks. They're packing themselves into churches, shoulder to shoulder. Shut the fuck up. And singing this stupid song. Yep. You're all gonna die cause your God is fake and you're gonna deserve it a little bit, but you're gonna kill all of us too, so fuck you. And anyway, they're also going to, here's Mr. Pretty Boy. Mr. Pretty Boy. Let's show Mr. Pretty Boy to everybody. During these trying times, let's have a little kitty therapy. Don't scratch my face, Mr. Pretty Boy. You want to show everybody how pretty you are? That is a pretty cat right there. That is why he's called Pretty Boy. Show him, pretty boy. Show him how pretty you are. Let go of me and show him. Let go of me. Like, let go with your foot. There you go. Now show him how pretty you are. Yeah. He's just the prettiest thing, isn't he? Yeah. Tell these Christians how stupid they are, pretty boy. Fuck off, Christians. Anyway, so they're literally going to hospitals and lining their cars up side by side and playing this song and acting like they're actually fucking doing something. Look at these fucking morons. Hopefully they... Same song. Oh, God, heal these people, God, heal them. You motherfuckers should be donating money. You're doing nothing. Like, this is dangerous because it makes people think they're actually doing something when they're not. It gives them a false sense of accomplishment. You should be donating ventilators, okay? You should be donating to people's medical funds, not sitting out raising your head and playing stupid fucking songs at the hospital, you goddamn morons. Fuck you, Christians. Fuck you hard. Fuck you deep. Fuck you long. And speaking of people that need to be fucked, God damn it, Kenneth Copeland, prepare to be angry, folks. Prepare to be mad. This is so weird. He's like got his hype man. Like, the church is empty, of course, because there's faith in action, right? I thought you guys were covered in the blood of Jesus. Why is the church empty? Don't you have enough faith? But he's got he's basically got hype man behind him just to repeat everything he says. Look how evil and weird this shit is.
Win! Almighty! Strong! South wind! Heat! Burn this thing! In the name of Jesus! Satan, you bow your knee! You fall on your face! COVID-19! I blow
Yeah, you do blow, dude.
the wind of God. On you. You are destroyed forever. And you'll never be back.
Well, good news, folks. He just cured COVID-19. We're all saved. Hooray! Business can go back to useful, right, folks?
Thank you, our God.
Thank you, our God. Thank you
Let
for letting
it
this happen to begin with. Thank you for killing all these people so we can pray to you and make money off of it. Thank you. And just want to know how big of a piece of shit this dude is? He's literally going out there saying that God told him he's going to get $300 million this year. This ministry will receive this year. Are you listening to me now? God just told me. God just kept laying this on me. Of course, I didn't have any idea all of this virus mess was going to happen, but God did. And the Lord had already dropped in my spirit and in my heart several years ago, about 3 years ago, that the income of this ministry this year had to be $300 million. Amen. Had to be. So in response to what he kept pushing me to do, we prepared a heavenly grant. Our attorney looked at it, and the cat is literally scratching on my TV right now. He's scratching Kenneth Copeland on my TV. Don't scratch my new TV, baby. So in response to what he kept pushing me to do, we prepared a heavenly grant. Our attorney looked at it, and he put it in proper legal language. We took copies of that. Members of the board, if they haven't already, will get a copy of that. Thank God. And it is on file in heaven. It'll come in this year. It can't not come in this year. And there's no virus going to keep it from happening in my house or yours. Got lots of kitties tonight. Here's Mr. Halfstash. We need a kitty therapy to help us with all these monster assholes who are feeding on the American people. Isn't that a pretty boy? Mr. Halfstash. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. All right, yeah. You have free will. I respect that. Thank you for being my star for a second. Anyway, fucking Kenneth Copeland. What a ghoul this guy is. He's so evil. But, like, they'll probably at least make $200 million this year, folks. This still is working in America. I know you're like, how could this possibly work in America? How could people still fall for this? Who out there is still falling for this? But, yep, they're still raking it in because this is America. We are dumb. We are the land that elected Trump, so none of this is a fucking surprise. And, oh yeah, here's fucking Smeagol impersonator Pat Robertson blaming the coronavirus on oral sex. That's right, folks. Stop sucking that dick out there. You gonna kill us all. During an appearance on the 700 Club, Robertson blamed the coronavirus on oral sex. Some of these youngins are doing all kinds of unnatural things with their sex organs, said Robertson. When people do that, they transfer all kinds of chemicals from ladies' private parts. Why does it gotta be ladies' private parts? Isn't it also men's private parts? Why are you bringing ladies for this? I guess because Eve ate that apple like a fucking bitch, condemned all of mankind, and they transfer all kinds of chemicals from ladies' private parts, and that's where I think the virus came from. We never had this kind of thing when I was coming up, but no one was committing oral sex back then. Bull fucking shit, dude. I can goddamn assure you people always been sucking dick. As long as there's been dicks, there's been someone who's sucking on them. No fucking doubt about it. Now, maybe nobody was sucking your dick, because who would want to suck your dick? But believe me, they were getting blown left and right back then, and it has nothing to do with the coronavirus, you fucking absolute piece of shit. I mean, it's always sex with these guys. It's always sex. They have such a fucking hard-on, for lack of a better term, against sex. It's just nuts, man. They're so sexually repressed. It's amazing. You guys just need to get laid. Pat Robertson, I know that you ain't had your dick sucked in probably 150 years, but sex work is real work. Hire somebody to do it. You got plenty of money. Blow your load a little bit, Pat Robertson. I think you'll feel way better. What's going on there? As always, we have 11 cats around us while we're doing this show, which makes this the greatest podcast in the history of mankind. Here's a Miss Cece. Oh, yeah, named after creationist cat. Please don't scratch my face, Miss Cece. Please show them how pretty you are. You such a pretty girl, Miss Cece. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. So we do good work here. Demon side of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary. We rescue these cute little kittens and do the work that the fucking Christians should be doing, but they ain't because they're too busy talking about oral sex and scamming people out of money because they're evil pieces of fucking shit. And it gets worse, folks. It gets worse. Right-wing pastor Robbie Howard Brown explains why he had no option. He had no option, folks. He had to hold church services in the midst of the corona outbreak.
I had no option. Because let me tell you, had I rolled over and caved and not had church the last few Sundays, basically, in essence, what I would have had to do, I'd have had to leave the ministry, number one, because I'm not fit to even be in the ministry. Number two, I'd have to resign. I'd have to somehow renege on my oath on becoming American and basically leave. I had no option. Because let me tell you.
What the fuck? What are you even talking about? You just wanted money, motherfucker. Don't lie. You knew you were one of the only church services that were going to be open. You're the only one of the few people that are such a big piece of shit that you're willing to kill people to make money. And you knew you were going to make plenty of fucking money because the idiots were going to pack into your fucking church, and that's exactly why you did it. Because you're an evil, greedy scumbag who does not give a shit about human life. Okay? Don't fucking act like you're some pious motherfucker who had no choice. It's ridiculous. And here's Reverend Jonathan Shuttleworth talking about how he is going to have a church service that rivals Woodstock. Fuck how many people die. Fuck how many people get sick. He's going to fucking have a huge fucking gathering of Christians.
I'm going to announce it, but we're going to hold an outdoor Easter blowout service, not online. A national gathering. You can come from all over, like Woodstock. And we're going to gather and lift up Jesus Christ. I'm not ashamed that Dr. Rodney got arrested. I'm ashamed that when they wanted to arrest preachers for having church in an entire state, there was only one to come for.
Yeah, well, we're going to come for you, motherfucker, next, because you're going to get people killed. And it's sad that you're going to get these church members killed. That's sad, but what's even sadder is your fucking ignorant ass congregation that comes to your church are going to go out and get other people killed. Old folks, children, mothers, fathers. You're going to get people killed, dude. You fucking piece of shit. Anything in the name of money, folks. Anything to make a buck for these fucks. Put them in jail. Fuck this. Put them in goddamn jail. All of these motherfuckers. And listen to this shit, man. They're literally going out there telling people not to take the coronavirus vaccine. This should be fucking criminal, folks. This does not fall under free speech. This is like shouting fire in a crowded theater, okay? If what you're saying is going to get people killed, fuck that.
I'm telling you right now, do not pray, do not hope, do not think, oh, praise God, they're going to have a vaccine. That vaccine is from the pit of hell, okay? Do not pray for those vaccines and do not take the vaccine. These vaccines are coming. They're not going to be good. They're not good for you physically and spiritually. They're a setup for what shall come later. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the mark of the beast, folks. They're going to leave the mark of the beast. You know, when Jesus comes back and decides to kill all the non-Christians and let the devil take over the world, and then everybody's going to have the mark of the beast. And without the mark of the beast, you can't buy or sell anything because, you know, this whole story makes fucking sense. This is all part of the infinitely wise God's loving plan for us all. So don't take the vaccine, folks. Just die and have your family members die and everybody who comes in contact with you die. Hey, we're all going to heaven anyway, folks. What's it really matter? Oh my God, they're going to get us killed, folks. Craziness. And I agree with Catalina. What's up, Catalina? Why is it always sex with these people? Here's a clip from Secular Talk with Cal Kalinske. And he highlighted this Christian preacher who is going to tell you why we're getting wiped out by the coronavirus.
COVID-19 pandemic. This is hilarious.
I was thinking as I was putting all this together in my mind about the sin of fornication. And I thought about the term fornication. I did a little research. There are 7.5 million unmarried couples living together in the United States. This is not worldwide. just in America. 7.5 million couples. That means 15 million people that are living together
Who gives a shit?
unmarried. And that's increased over the last 10 years by 138%.
Good.
Now, in addition to that, I hope this research is not correct, but I got it straight from the encyclopedia. It says that 5% of new brides in America now are virgins. That means 95%
Good.
have already committed fornication.
Delicious.
Now, God says, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. No fornicator, nor adulterer, nor effeminate, nor abuser of themselves with mankind, nor extortioner, nor drunkard, none of these shall inherit the kingdom of God. If we think we can just ignore God and live a sinful lifestyle, well, we cannot do it. And, you know, I believe what you're saying, that God may be using this as a wake-up call. This coronavirus may be a privilege, because I'll tell you right now, there's a much bigger judgment coming. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, folks.
The coronavirus.
It's because you're having sex before marriage. God gonna wipe us all out, kill people, even people that are virgins when they get married. You still gotta die because other people are fucking before they get married, folks. Keep your dick in your pants. Ladies, keep your legs closed. You gonna get us all murdered. It's definitely not these Christians, folks. It's definitely not these Christians are gonna get killed. It's you fuck fornicators. Quit fucking. Just masturbate like a normal human being, like I do, right? And God has a message for you all. See you all soon. Over 1,200 people attend Louisiana church services, defy coronavirus ban. We will continue. Yep. You sure will. You sure will. You'll continue to put your congregation in harm's way, put the rest of the country in harm's way, put your ridiculous, ancient, monkey cult text in front of the health of your fellow Americans, because that's how little you actually give a shit about us. You fucks. You awful, horrific fucks. And, oh my fucking God, dude. It never ends with these people. There's so many examples of this shit. Here's Fox News highlighting this thing. I think this is, what's this guy's name? Franklin Graham. Yeah, Franklin Graham, real famous televangelist. Listen to this motherfucker.
Given the number of Americans, the thousands who've already died, you know, you must get questions like, why would God allow this kind of thing to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think it's God's plan for this to happen.
It's not God's plan for this to happen. Isn't he all-powerful? How is it possible that an all-powerful, all-knowing being could have a plan that doesn't come to fruition? Doesn't that mean he's not all-powerful? If I was all-powerful, I guarantee you every plan I had would work out. Do you know why? Because I'm all-powerful! That's what the goddamn word means! What the fuck?
But it's because of the sin that's in the world, Judge. Man has turned his back on God. We have sinned against him. And we need to ask for God's forgiveness. And that's what Easter's all about. It's about God so loving the world that he gave his only begotten son. I
so love the world. I love you all. But you're doing what I don't want you to do, so I have to murder you all. Isn't that the way you behave towards your children that you love? Hey, you did something I don't want you to do. I'm going to give you a virus and kill you. Hey, beg for my forgiveness, child. If you beg for my forgiveness, I might save you. Probably not, but give it a shot anyway. Beg, you fucks. Beg on your knees. I mean, what an evil, evil being you worship. If you really believe this, which I don't believe this guy actually believes. He's a con man, just like all these people are con men. They are willing to make money off the deaths of other people because they're just human excrement. Every fucking one of them.
Whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but should have everlasting life. Jesus Christ came to save sinners. He didn't come to condemn the world, but to save the world. And if we put our faith and trust in him, he'll forgive our sins, and he'll heal our hearts, and he'll change the course of our lives. And this pandemic, this is a result of a fallen world, a world that has turned its back on God. And so I would encourage people to pray and just let's ask God for help.
Well, Franklin Graham, I don't think there's any question, but this is giving people a tremendous opportunity to be somewhat introspective.
Yeah, what an opportunity this has given us all, folks. Aren't we lucky this God decided to kill us all? Yeah, thank you, God. Thank you for this amazing opportunity for introspection. Fuck all y'all. Like, seriously, fuck everything about your entire existence. from the moment you were born to the moment you die. Fuck everything that happens in between, in my opinion. And this makes sense, folks. Jesus died with COVID-19, says Arkansas Church. They refused to shut down. Yeah, they put this out. Jesus died with COVID-19 so that you didn't have to bear it. Oh, really? Well, then why are lots of Christians getting it in churches all the time? Why are they spreading it? If Jesus died so you don't have to bear it, how come so many people are bearing it? What does this even mean? Like, how could you believe this? What the fuck? They just want to get people killed, folks. They don't give a shit. If they don't have people packed in the pews, they don't make money. That's all they goddamn care about. Welcome to America. It's a dystopian nightmare, isn't it? And, good old Ken Ham. You know Ken Ham? The guy who built a giant life-size ark for some goddamn reason. Much of with taxpayer money. Here's what he has to say about it. I form light and create darkness. I make well-being and create calamity. I am the Lord who does all these things. Isaiah 45:7. Certainly God is in total control of everything in this universe. Why he killed everybody then? God seems like a bit of a prick if you ask me. And he has allowed this coronavirus situation for his purposes. Wow, what an evil fucking piece of shit, right? Why would you worship this monster? I guess out of fear? But, like, I am not afraid, dude. I am not afraid of your fucking boogeyman that you created. I do believe it's a warning to the nation that puts the death nearly 1 million children a year, has told God he's not welcome in schools. Bullshit, never happened. Rejects nativity scenes and crosses in public places. Yeah, we have separation of church and state. You can put that shit on any fucking private church you want to, but no, it doesn't belong in public fucking buildings, obviously. Dipshit. And has allowed the religion of atheism. Yeah, big religion is an atheism, even though it's not the definition of the word, but sure. To be imposed. What? Where is atheism being imposed? Atheists are still like the most distrusted demographic in America right now. It's a warning to a nation with a lot of churches, but majority, I guess is what you're saying, of which are lukewarm and compromise God's word in Genesis with man's pagan religion of evolution of millions of years. It's a warning to a nation that is at war against the family and promotes sexual perversion through drag queens. You goddamn drag queens! You trying to read stories to fucking children? You gonna get us all killed with the coronavirus? Take that dress off immediately. Stop reading to children, okay? What's wrong with y'all? LGBTQ, the gays, all you fucking gay people. You're the cause of this. Not God, not the horrific, monstrous God, but you! You booty diddlers! Quit diddling the booties! It's a warning to a nation that is at war against children as they permeate their minds with wickedness through education and media. So evil education is. Don't be educated, folks. Homeschool your kids. It's a warning to the nation that views the elderly and infirm as needing to be eliminated. What? We do not. We give like Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security to our elderly to take care of them. We don't think they need to be eliminated. Isn't it God with a coronavirus who is eliminating the elderly? I think it might be. It's a warning to a culture where politicians and others say we need to pray about this coronavirus situation, but are not repentant about blatant sin that permeates the nation. Be warned, America, and all Western nations. Be warned, world. Be warned. It is because of you that God is murdering you all. It is your own fault. Fall to your knees and beg your God for forgiveness. Change your ways. Join our cult immediately and send us lots of money or you're all dead. Yep, you're evil fucks. The evilest fucks that ever fucked. Good goddamn, y'all. And, yep, here is, Trump's main spiritual advisor, Paula, whatever the fuck her name is. And, she has a message for you all. Let's scroll down here to see where it starts. God came to me last night. It's Paula White. God came to me last night and showed me a vision of Trump riding alongside Jesus on a horse made of gold jewels. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty. Said White in Charisma, a Fundy publication. This means he will play a critical role in Armageddon as the United States stands alongside Israel in the battle against Islam. But even more scary, these kinds of delusional fantasies are widespread on the far right. Former televangelist Jim Baker is also a staunch Trump fan and believes he will save Israel. Hey, Trump keeps signing things to protect the church, and he helped Israel and recognized Israel. He's fulfilling the Bible, whether you like it or not, said Baker on his YouTube show. So yeah, folks, no more cats for now. Yeah, folks, you know it, Donald Trump is a big part of the end times. He's definitely going to help fight the Antichrist. Help keep you guys from taking the mark of the beast when Jesus comes back and murders everybody. Yeah, sure. And when it doesn't happen, folks, when Jesus doesn't come back, when Trump is out of office, and they'll just pretend like they never said this. They'll pretend like this never happened. That's what they always fucking do. It's like end times prophecies. They always say, it's going to happen on this date. And then when it doesn't happen, they're like, oh, well, I didn't carry the one over. It's going to happen on this date. Oh, well, I was supposed to subtract instead of add here. Oh my God, it's this date. And they keep on doing that shit forever until they die. And not religious based, but I hate to laugh, folks. I hate to laugh. But Tennessee woman gets coronavirus after bragging about not social distancing. Yeah. A little bit of Schadenfreude. Just a little bit here.
I'm aware that we're supposed to be like self-quarantining and like social distancing and like all these things to like keep everyone safe. I get it. Cool. Great. I just don't think that I'm going to get the virus.
Announcer's voice. She did get the virus. Yep. She sure did. You're all going to get it now. You fucking morons. You goddamn fucking morons. It's bad enough you're going to get yourself killed, but you're going to get other people killed too. Stupidity knows no fucking bounds. So anyway, folks, that's my coverage of the Christian response to the coronavirus. It's insane. These motherfuckers are going to murder us all. The government needs to step in, needs to start arresting these people, needs to stop this shit, but they won't. They won't, because religion has had this country by the balls since its foundation, and it still goddamn does. So sad to see, but yeah, when we all die, when you get the coronavirus, you know who to thank. Thank Jesus, folks, because it's his fucking fault. Let's check the chats. What you guys have to say in the chats? Do you love Christianity? Are you going to go to church Sunday? It means you have eternal life after this life. Duh, yep. I don't want to have eternal life. It's going to be in heaven. It sounds boring as fuck. Worshiping Jesus every goddamn day with a bunch of other Christians. No thanks. I think I'm going to fornicate, so I do not get invited into heaven. Cult of Duffy, if it's against sinners, why are so many pastors dying from COVID? Because they're secretly evil. They didn't have enough faith. Anybody who has enough faith is covered in blood. You know you all want to be covered in blood. We going to die. Yep, we are going to die. It's scary as shit. It's scary as shit. It's blue-haired college kids that are going to kill us. I know, right? Blue-haired college kids are definitely the biggest threat to the United States. Isn't that right, anti-SJWs? Ah, man, it's hard to believe that I fucking argue with people for 5 years about this shit. Continuously told me that SJWs were the biggest threat on the planet right now. Scary people, definitely scary people. It's a scary time, folks. Cult of Dusty, I love the karma. Yeah, I mean, I don't like anybody dying or getting sick, but at the same time, ha ha, a little bit, ha ha, just a little bit though. When will religion ever die? I don't know. I mean, it's dying a slow death, but it ain't happening fast enough. That's for fucking sure. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. Talking heads, yeah. I don't want to go, definitely. Ivanka has it from what I hear. Trump is more than likely infected. I wouldn't be surprised. Trump would never tell us if he was infected. They definitely wouldn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has it. Alright, let me read the super chats. Let me read the other chat first. I have another chat open. It's the Facebook and Twitch chat. I am available on Twitch for you guys who want to watch me on Twitch. Twitch.tv, Dusty Smith. I'm also available on Facebook. We also stream this show every Monday, every Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern to Facebook and Twitch, along with YouTube. Nothing is greater in the bullshit department than religion. True that. You need a talk show. After Limbaugh dies, replace him. Yeah, but they won't have me on the radio, believe me. I am not a right-wing propagandist, and that's what makes bucks. That's what makes money. That's why Tim Pool is a millionaire. Because that's what people want to pay to see. Paula White is cray, yes. I don't know if she's crazy. She's just more of a con artist, right? She's making hundreds of millions of dollars by saying this shit. Like, some people just don't have a moral foundation that stops them from making money at all costs, regardless of who they kill. And she's one of them, so... What you gonna do? They want the congregant estates after they die. They want to say it's the end of the world, but can't. Yep, wouldn't be surprised. Leave everything to the church when you go. And, all right, we're going to show a little Misty. No, Teacup? No. What is her name? Teacup. That's what I thought. Teacup here. Teacup and Misty look so similar. It's hard to tell them apart. But this is Teacup. Teacup is Miss Diva's little baby girl. And she's a sweet little thing, aren't you? Okay. Thought I'd show you for a second. Lots of kitties on tonight's show. Corona's gone, I know. Thank you, Kenneth Copeland, for destroying the coronavirus. This is Misty, right? This is Misty. Don't they look very similar except for the white on their nose? That's the only way you can tell them apart. This is Miss Misty. She's a little cutie thing, aren't you, Miss Misty? Mwah, I love you. Daddy loves you. You a sweet thing. So many cats everywhere around here. So many cats all the time. Yeah, I'm a cat daddy. Hells yeah, I am. All right, let me check the Super Chats. Lifeblood of the show. Super Chats. Soupity-doopity-doopity chats. All right. You hear Boris Johnson is real sick? Yep, I hear that. We're going to talk about that. $50 from JT. Hey, JT. Wow, that is very generous. Amazing. That's tied with the biggest donation we ever had, I think. Love me some JT. Appreciate that. Chris Clark, $5. The Supreme Court just said that Wisconsin doesn't have to extend their primary voting time to allow for COVID-19. Of course, they don't want people to vote. It's always the way it is. Voter suppression's huge in America. Beast Nation, $5. I guess she's Shawn Michaels' equivalents. Wrestling the Clique. Anyone who opposes gets buried or needs their own respective clique to survive. Yeah, I love me some Shawn Michaels. I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy, sexy boy. Hell yeah, little sweet chin music. I used to watch that wrestler. I've actually met Shawn Michaels a couple of times. I was on a cruise with Shawn Michaels one time. Him and Hunter Hearst Helmsley and China, back when China was alive. And Road Dogg was there. And what was the other guy's name? Billy Gunn, was that his name? All those folks were there. It was pretty cool. Appreciate you, Dusty. $10 from Sean Lauderdale. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sean Lauderdale. You rock. Rocket Fuel 6923, $5. Will you ever make rebuttals to some Jimmy Dore clips where you disagree with him? I mean, I would just do it on the show, and I will say I disagree with him about this and that other thing. If I do disagree with him, I'm sure we probably agree on a lot. I think he's going a little bit overboard, but I think he's doing that for ratings, in my opinion. And he's attacking Bernie and shit, and he doesn't seem to want to fall behind Biden, which, like, I understand sort of, but at the same time, we're going to talk about it a little bit. Like, we're going to talk about later in the show, we're going to look at Biden's health care plan. And it's not Medicare for all, but Biden is pushing the public option, which, remember back when Obama was running, that's what everybody wanted? Everybody wanted the public option, and we had to settle, compromise with Obamacare, which was much, much worse than the public option. Well, now it's time to get the public option, which is not as good as Medicare for all, but is the next step leading us to Medicare for all. Incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important to fight for. And the people that don't fight for it, you're going to cause people to suffer and die. And I just don't see any moral basis to do that. Oh, I hear the ambulances or the fire trucks going by. Sophia Christina, both at $2. Don't forget to mention the Free Keen COVIDiots. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'll have to look that up and figure it out later. Appreciate that. Mike L, $5. Dusty, I love how you own your own mistakes and admit to them. Not easy, but it's what we have to do. If everyone did that, the world would be a better place. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I know I'm a fucking idiot. So, I mean, it's just, ego gets in a lot of people's way, and they don't want to admit that they're wrong and they're flawed. But shit, we're all fucking human. We all make mistakes goddamn constantly. Like, I know closer to 0% of the information that is available in the universe than I do 1%. It's close to 0%. So I'm just a fucking idiot. I mean, there's no reason to pretend otherwise. It just, I don't know. It takes kind of a security in yourself to admit how stupid you are, right? Appreciate that. Faye, sorry, $5. Stay safe. Heart, I will stay safe. I'm actually feeling pretty goddamn good. I had a little sore throat last week, and I was afraid that I had the coronavirus, but this week I feel a lot better. Breaking Bad 094999. This would be funny if it weren't scary. Yeah, it would be funny, but it's so fucking scary that it's hard to laugh at, because it's not just them that are going to get killed, it's all the rest of us too. Beast Nation 2009, $5. When I was coming up, nobody ever did anything like this. Okay, boomer, these homophobes are always fascinated with sex, as Gingrich once said. Yep, they are. Definitely happened. They just weren't getting any, so they don't know that it happened. But if you weren't such a fucking Christian dork, you would know better. Some Christian funnies are blaming us Jews for COVID, because obviously we to blame for everything as per anti-Semitic usual. Yep, it's the Jews. The Jews causing everything. You fucking Jews. You got all the money and you control the media. You're going to make the Antichrist come and give us all the mark of the beast. Jews. So stupid, folks. So absolutely ridiculous. Jado, $2. Getting notifications again. Yep, I'm glad to hear that. I don't know how many of you are getting notifications for the show, but maybe YouTube is getting its shit together. That would be nice. Appreciate you letting me know. Max Powers, $8.99 New Zealand. Should we do the right thing and hope they don't die? Yeah, I don't, like, I hope Boris Johnson doesn't die. Like, I don't want people to die. Like, I'm not that kind of, I'm not as evil as they are. I'm actually much more like Jesus than they are. And I think a lot of atheists are the same way. Rick Wallace. I love it that those who don't believe in evolution now get to experience natural selection firsthand. Joke's on them. Yeah, only if they don't have kids, though. You're only a Darwin Award winner if you don't have kids. So a lot of these Christians have tons of babies. So they're just going to move that ignorance on to the next generation. But luckily, like, I don't have to have kids of my own. As long as you give me access, as long as the internet gives me access to the minds of your children, I can change them. I've seen it happen, folks, so it's all good. Deep Jesus gave me $10. Thank you, Deep Jesus. Or Jesus. LOL at Fox News Lady. Why does God allow this to happen? Yeah, good question. Gotta be a good reason that an all-loving, all-knowing God would allow these people die. Yeah, he doesn't exist. How about that? That's the simplest solution, isn't it? Occam's razor. Jenny Roo, what's up, Jenny Roo? Women's have toxic chemicals all up in there. I know, right? All up in their hoo-has. Clean those sugar bowls, ladies. Don't spread your filth to men. Paige Bello, $10 Canadian. I have a lot of respect for how emotional you are on this show. I think for many people, politics lacks sincere emotional resonance and empathy, and it's mostly based on narcissism. Why do you think this is? I don't think most people even know what the fuck is going on in politics. I don't think most people read the actual policies and have any clue what the candidates are running on. They follow whatever the trend is. A lot of these people, like Joe Rogan, we're going to talk about Joe Rogan later, who just basically endorsed Donald Trump. Do I think Joe Rogan has ever, even once, gone and looked at what policies Joe Biden is running on? Nope. I think he watches all these videos on the internet. A lot of them from like Kyle Kalinske, but a lot of them from just straight up right-wing chuds who continuously all day take the gaffes that Biden makes and blows them out of proportion to make it look like he's senile. When Trump makes exactly the same types of shit, he does exactly the same types of things, but it's not, the narrative about it is not the same. And so I think Joe Rogan watches that shit and he's like, oh my God. Joe Biden is much worse than Trump, but if you actually look at it, he's not. He's not any dumber than Trump is. He doesn't make any more mistakes than Trump does. It's just framed in a totally different way to discredit him, in my opinion. Ginormous $5. We end up with ACA because Obama's starting point was the public option. Biden said he would veto Medicare for all. Yes, he did say he would veto Medicare for all. He says that he would prefer the public option for multiple reasons. Now, I disagree with him, but also the public option would be way fucking better than Obamacare, and it's obviously light years better than anything the Republicans are actually going to submit or implement. So, yes, it's the next step for Medicare for all. We are getting there slowly but surely. It's like evolution. Sometimes evolution jumps in large leaps, but usually it's slow, steady progress. And that's sort of what we're heading here. You know, we have to take it step by step, and it's important to fight for these short little steps, in my opinion. But, you know, opinions vary. Let me make sure this reloads. I got all the super chats. Yep, I got all the super chats. Thank you for those super chats. More super chats, please, if you're able, if you want to. Let's see. 51 minutes in the show. All right, making good time here. Blowing through it, folks. Next up, we're going to talk about the controversy between me and Shoe on Head. Shoe on Head. What's up, Shoe on Head? So Shoe on Head unblocked me on Twitter, and she's now following me on Twitter. Who'd have ever thought that was going to happen? So I have actually mixed feelings about my Shoe on Head coverage. See, part of me wants to keep shitting on Shoe on Head as far as I've been doing, as much as I've been doing. But another part of me is like, she has 1 million subscribers, right? And she has, like, I can tell you, by the way, that I was inundated with hatred. They're very loyal for her. They're fired up for her. So part of me is like, well, clearly Shoe on Head, in my opinion, does not have people in her life to challenge her. Most of the people in her life are just like, they're just suck-ups. They have their nose so far up her asshole, they're never going to call her out on her bullshit. So a part of me feels like maybe I should not be so mean to her, but also just try to, I don't know, influence her in a certain direction so that she then can use her giant platform to influence her very loyal fan base in that direction. And then another part of me is just like, fuck it, let's burn her down like I've always done. But so I'm still like mixed about it. She's clearly listening to me for some reason. She's following me on Twitter. I don't know if she's watching the show right now, but she's clearly watching clips of the show when I talk about her. So I don't know why she's listening to me, but she is. So it almost makes me feel like I have a responsibility when these big name YouTubers listen to me to kind of be an example, to guide them. You know, I think a lot of these people are looking for a father figure. That was kind of Jordan Peterson's main attraction to a lot of people. They're like, oh my God, Jordan Peterson, he's like a father figure to me, right? My daddy didn't teach me shit. Now that I'm old as fuck, got white hair and shit, a lot of people are kind of looking to me the same way, like a father figure. And it's a lot of pressure. I feel a responsibility towards it. So I don't know, I'm weighing how I feel about it and how I'm going to approach things. So keep that in mind as we cover the shoe on head shit. So anyway, shoe on head called me out because of my last video. Because in my last video, you might remember, I called her out because it appeared to me that she was saying Donald Trump is going to implement Medicare for all. And it appeared to me the reason that she was doing this and saying this is to make Donald Trump look better than Joe Biden. Even though this is fucking crazy, folks. This is so ridiculous. There is 0.0000000% chance that Donald Trump and the Republican Party are going to implement Medicare for all. It's no possible way. I mean, they've literally 40 times already, at least, tried to rescind Obamacare. Okay? He's done nothing for health care. There is no way Donald Trump is going to pass bills to increase his own taxes and the taxes of his billionaire and millionaire friends to pay for health care for brown and black folks. It's just not going to happen. Zero chance it's going to happen. So it's stupid, but this is a narrative that's been pushed all over the internet recently. I've seen it everywhere. People saying, oh my God, Donald Trump is going to implement Medicare for all. Oh my God, Donald Trump is going to implement Medicare for all. People are like, literally on my last video they were posting, he is Dusty. He's pushing Medicare for all. Trump is not, or Shoe on Head is not wrong for saying this. But, so, Shoe on Head took the clip of my video and she posted it. And let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. She says, she posted the clip of me, and she says, I literally never said Trump will implement Medicare for all. Liberalism failing and the possibility of right-wing populism, fascism taking over is not an uncommon theory at all. We all saw it on a scale in 2000, on a small scale in 2016. You mean back in 2016, like in 2015, like you were literally making videos with fascists. With white supremacist Lauren Southern on her channel, you were making videos with her shitting on Hillary and helping Trump get elected. Now, I know Sheila says, no, those videos were not pro-Trump. They were just anti-Hillary because I was supporting Bernie. But that's the same. You know that Lauren Southern was supporting Trump, and you know she wanted you to make that video on her channel to help Trump get elected. So you were literally making videos with fascists to help a fascist get elected. Let's not pretend like that's not what happened. Why are you people rewriting history? But anyway, she says, I literally never said Trump will implement Medicare for all. So let's see what she did say, folks. She's actually right. She's actually right on this. She never technically directly said that Trump was going to implement Medicare for all. So why did I think that's what she was saying? Well, let's have a look. First, she says, what is Patriot Care theory? Patriot Care theory is my theory that Republicans will fill the void the Dems robbed the country of and implement popular social programs like student debt relief and Medicare for all, but with a patriotic spin to sell it to their base. So her Patriot Care theory is that Republicans are going to implement Medicare for all. Then she posts on her page this picture of Donald Trump. Trump says it doesn't seem fair that 30 million Americans are uninsured and suggested he may expand Medicare or Medicaid. And then immediately, when she says this, she follows it up by saying, somebody says, America's about to get some based and red-pilled Medicare for all. And she says, my Patriot Care theory is coming true. So she literally posts a picture of Trump saying 30 million Americans are uninsured and suggests he may expand Medicare, and then says, my theory that the Republicans are going to implement Medicare for all is coming true. So, I wonder why I might have thought that she was saying Trump is going to implement Medicare for all. I guess it's because I'm fucking stupid. I guess it's because I'm a goddamn liar. Who could possibly have thought that's what she meant by this? But she clarified, right? And apparently that's not what she meant, folks. Apparently she doesn't think Trump is going to have anything to do with this. Even though, like, if you look at this thing, she's actually literally asking Trump to do it. She's tagging him. Real Donald Trump, you should give Americans single-payer health care to own Biden. The libs would be so mad. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? I mean, I've just literally said that Republicans are going to implement Medicare for all in some kind of Nazi-like national socialist fascism. But Donald Trump, you should do fascism to own the libs. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That would be great. But, yeah, so that's sort of, I guess, why I thought that's what you were saying. But anyway, she clarified. She said, no, I'm not saying Donald Trump has anything to do with this. I'm saying that because you people didn't vote for Bernie Sanders and Medicare for all, because the stupid DNC, that eventually, sometime in the foreseeable future, some future Republicans to be named later, they're the ones who are going to implement Medicare for all. They're going to move to the left of the DNC and implement Medicare for all in some kind of fascist Nazi scheme. I'm not saying this would be good, Dusty. I'm saying this would be horrible. But you should totally do it, Donald Trump. Do the fascism, Donald Trump. Hey, guys, quit it. So anyway, basically, this is like they used to do. They used to say, she's basically saying, because you guys didn't vote for Bernie, you're going to have Nazis take over this country. National Socialism will take over because of you guys. This is basically the same thing they used to say where, you SJWs, you're pushing people to the right. You're making all these Nazis, you SJWs. You fucking people calling people racist who are not racist. You're making people racist by calling them racist. It's your fault this is happening. Instead of blaming the actual people who are doing the shit, it's always, you got to blame the left for everything. It's always the fucking left's fault. Left, got to be blamed. But, so like I asked her repeatedly. It's kind of funny. Like she refuses to answer the question. I'll show you. After she clarified what she meant, I asked her several times. All right, you clarified. So what I'm wondering is, do you think Trump is a fascist and the beginning of this nationalist socialist agenda, or does it have nothing to do with him? Like she came on my page and we were having a conversation. She was answering my questions. She definitely read what I said. There's no way she didn't read this. She was reading what I was saying and she was commenting on some of the stuff. But I asked her this question twice and she refused to answer this question. So what I'm wondering is, do you think Trump is a fascist and the beginning of this National Socialist agenda, or does it have nothing to do with him? And then I asked her this again. She posted some video of Trump saying, I guess during the campaign, that he was going to expand Medicare, but then he started talking about he was going to have a private option to help cover everybody. And I said, this isn't Medicare for all in any way. You said you believe Republicans are going to pass Medicare for all as a form of fascist National Socialism. I'm wondering if you think Trump is a fascist and the start of this, or if you believe it will have nothing to do with him. I asked her twice. No doubt she read it, but she refused to answer the question, which is curious. Sometimes the questions people don't answer tells you a lot about them, right? And so this is what I was saying in my video about how it's the same exact playbook that they did the first time around. And what they do is they say, Dusty, I never supported Trump. I was just against his opponents. So what they did the first time is, they would make 10 videos or 10 comments on Twitter shitting on Hillary. For every one comment, they would say that shit on Trump, minorly shit on Trump. And then they would say, no, I never outright told people to vote for Trump. I never said I supported Trump. But they set up this narrative that makes their fans dislike the Democrat much more than Trump, which makes them much more likely to vote for Trump. And it's the exact same fucking playbook they're doing this time. The way they, if you go back through and you search their Twitters, it's not just Shoe on Head doing this, by the way. I'm just using her as an example because she's big and popular and she attacked me and all these people attack me, so I'm just using her example. But so many of these people, I call them, they're like the new skeptic, because the skeptic community is reborn in these people. So many of them are doing this tactic where they shit on the Democratic candidate 10 times as much as Trump. But if you search through their Twitter feeds, the way they talk about Joe Biden and Trump is very telling. The way they talk about Joe Biden is, oh my God, Joe Biden's senile. Fuck Joe Biden. Joe Biden sucks. Terrible candidate. See what you did, DNC? And usually, sometimes they'll shit on Trump. Sometimes they'll say he's stupid or something. But most of the time, when they talk about Trump and they use Trump to blame Democrats. Democrats, you're responsible for Trump. You did this. They use it to blame the left. And you can see, when she talks about Trump, I showed you this guys before. Trump just said he didn't know anything about the administration shutting down the White House pandemic office. I don't normally like shitting on Trump because so many people do it. Yeah, of course you don't. For reasons that are pretty trivial and overblown. But this is some impressive incompetence. And then alt-light Nazi pug dude, what's his name? Count Chonkula says, I find an actual legitimate criticism of Trump quite refreshing. And of course, this alt-light chud ass is part of Shoe on Head's clique. And so she jumps on to say, yeah, it's incredibly rare. Yeah. Actual legitimate criticism of Trump is incredibly rare. Is it? Is legitimate criticism of Trump incredibly rare, or is most of it legitimate? I sit day in fucking day out on this show. I've done it for a year now. Painstakingly pointing out how horrific the Trump administration is. All of it fucking valid. And to say it's incredibly rare, it's ridiculous. It's like I said, they talk about Trump differently. Now, she's not saying outright, she's not saying I support Trump. No, she's not saying that. But the way they frame things, and like, here's another example. Well, this just shows you how she talks about Biden. Like, now, before anybody says it, I know these videos are pro-Bernie videos. I'm not saying that she's doing this as a pro-Trump videos. But she has an entire channel that is devoted to shitting on Biden compared to how she talks about Trump. 0 of these videos are shitting on Trump. None of them. All of them shitting on Biden. DNC elder abuse. Why is Joe Biden winning? Super Tuesday aftermath. Is the DNC hiding Biden? Why did Andrew Yang really endorse Biden? Tulsi drops out, endorses Biden. But why? Where the fuck is Joe Biden? For real this time. It's just obsession with shitting on Joe Biden. And that's in contrast with how she talks about Trump. This is a message from Hassan JF. I think this is the guy who continues to spread the dossier against me to make me look bad. And he says, I'm not Bernie or bust, but the Biden bros are so heavily fixated on the children in cages talking points. Newsflash, you guys are supporting the candidate that built those same cages. Improve your fucking strategy. And she says, they hate Trump because he's rude. The end. Do we hate Trump because he's rude? Is that really the reason that we hate Trump? Or do we hate Trump because he's an incredibly evil human being he's doing real bad things that are hurting the country continuously? Is that why? But it's just it's the different way that they talk about it. So no, she's not outright supporting Trump. She's just framing a narrative that makes her audience hate Joe Biden much more than they hate Trump and be much more likely to vote for Donald Trump. The same exact playbook that these people do with Hillary Clinton. It's the same exact shit, right? And so I'm just calling her out. But to her credit, I'll give her a little bit of credit for this. She did say, when I asked her directly, that well, before I say that, this is funny, but this is exactly what she does. She plays both sides of it. I'm playing both sides so that I can always come out on top. That's exactly what they talk out of both sides of their mouth, so they can say I never supported Trump, but then they can, it's a de facto supporting of Trump when you shit on his opponent much more. And she does definitely play both sides. But I'll give her credit for one thing. I asked her directly if she would support Biden over Trump. And she says, I'll be fine no matter who wins. Yeah, I'm sure you will. That's the whole point. The whole point is you'll be fine no matter who wins. So why help the guy who's going to put the public option in, 2 years free college, who's going to do criminal reform, decriminalization of marijuana, all this stuff? Why help fight for him too much? I'm going to do the bare minimum, but I'm not really going to fight that hard for him because I'm going to be fine no matter what. Yeah, but isn't it not me, us? There are a lot of people who are not going to be fine if Trump wins over Biden. Sorry, that's the truth. That's why you fight. So she says, I'll be fine no matter who wins. So I'll support the lesser evil of two hacks, yes. But I'm doing no legwork for him, meaning Joe Biden. My Joe Biden hate videos are pro-Bernie. So don't alternate history into them being pro-Trump videos. But I mean, they are going to be de facto pro-Trump videos when it's just him and Biden. And you don't have the same amount of vitriol in your videos towards Trump. It is going to set a one-sided narrative that makes people hate Trump or like Trump more than Joe Biden. Hate Biden more than Trump, right? Basic logic, right? And then she goes on to say, God damn it, I moved it. Laughing my ass off. You are insane if you think I'm doing any kind of activism for Joe Biden. I'll support him over Trump and tell people in swing states to vote for him over Trump based on SCOTUS and climate change alone, but that's the line. Yeah, I mean, she's basically saying here, I know climate change is incredibly important. I know that the SCOTUS is incredibly important. It could lead to women losing their right to have an abortion, right to choose, for 50 years, because that's, they get lifetime appointments. I know these things are important, but you're insane if you think I'm actually going to try hard for these things, because I'll be fine either way. Why would I fight for these things hard? I'll just do the minimum to say I did it, so you guys can't accuse me of supporting Trump. But I'm not really going to fight for it, because I'll be fine. And that's just, that's... okay, people are going to suffer and die. Sorry, at least you're admitting it. But at least I'll get a credit for saying that. But here's the thing. There is a 0% chance. There's a 0.0001% chance. She might do it just because I'm saying she won't. She might do it just to spite me. But there is almost no chance whatsoever she's actually going to make a video telling her fans to vote for Biden over Trump. There's no way that's going to happen. No way. Because, I mean, her entire channel is based on shitting on Biden. Her entire second channel, Brainlet, which is based on a ableist slur, is devoted to shitting on Biden. So there's no way she's then going to turn around and tell her audience that have listened to her do nothing on that channel but shit on Biden to vote for Biden over Trump. And she's definitely not going to do it on her main channel. Her main channel that she's built up by being anti-feminist, that she has an incredibly large chud fan base. She's definitely not going to tell those people on her main channel to vote for Biden over Trump. So maybe she'll do it on Twitter. Maybe. I'd be surprised to see it. I'd be shocked. My prediction is that she will continue to shit on Biden 10 times more than she shits on Trump. She will continue to frame it in a way that makes Biden look worse than Trump, and she will make her audience hate Biden more than Trump. And then she will say, no, remember I said in your comments, Dusty, that I would tell people to vote for Biden over Trump. I'm not supporting Trump. That's my guess. That's what they're going to do. Now, maybe they'll surprise me, maybe. But that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So, we'll see, folks. We'll see what happens. Only so much I can do, but I took shit for an entire day. People calling me names for my opinion on this, shitting on me. And it's very clear from the hundreds and hundreds of people that commented to me that almost every single one of them hates Biden more than Trump, because that is the narrative that she's helped spread. None of them supported Biden over Trump. None of them. So that is what is happening. That is the same exact playbook that happened the first time, and that is exactly what's happening now. The skeptics are reborn. Now, if Shu's out there like Shu, maybe think about doing it a different way. I know Biden is not the best candidate in the world. I know he's not, right? But if you actually look at his policies, I've done videos talking about his policies. The policies are vastly more progressive in every way than Donald Trump's. If you don't help Biden to win over Trump, if you don't actually use your platform to make an effort, people are going to suffer and die. So I'm just trying to play on your humanity, your empathy, to do the right thing and do not continue. And I know that you were just shitting on Biden because you wanted Bernie to get the nomination, and you were doing that to try to tilt it in Bernie's favor. I understand that you're doing that. But now it's very clear that Biden's going to get the nomination, unless he dies. That's really the only shot Bernie has now, is if Biden dies. But it's pretty clear that Biden's going to get the nomination. So if you continue to do this, you are going to help Trump win. Please don't do that. And that's just not to shoot on head. That's all of you people. All of you people. Seriously. But the funny part is the responses I got from her fan base who were shitting on me. Like this one. He fails to realize that everyone would be fine if he and all the other Biden dick riders just voted Bernie in the first place. It is literally his fault when Trump gets elected in November. I know, isn't it my fault that I didn't support Bernie, folks? Isn't it my fault that I didn't vote for Bernie every single time, which I did? I literally have more hours supporting Bernie than any of these people. My entire channel for the last year has been nothing but me supporting Bernie. But yes, now that it doesn't look like Bernie's going to win, yes, I'm going to support the guy that has the more progressive policies and who's going to help get Trump out of there. That you kind of have to. How could I not? But it's funny. These people don't know anything about me, clearly. And so this is the hot takes they give about me. And so I guess that's all I'm going to talk about. Fucking Shu on head. Like, if you're listening, Shu, like, just maybe consider my point of view. Maybe consider, like, doing it differently this time than you did when Hillary was running. Just, like, maybe. And hopefully I'll make a better case for it. In a minute, we're going to go through Biden's policies and whatnot. But you guys hear that Adam Schlesinger, who was the lead singer of Fountains of Wayne, who's saying, Stacy's mom has got it going on. And he also did a lot of the songs for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. He died of the coronavirus. He was only 52. He was young, man. So scary shit. We're going to be seeing celebrities drop dead over and over again. And it's going to be real scary. And even UK's Donald Trump. Boris Johnson has coronavirus now. Back in March 3rd, UK Prime Minister Johnson, coronavirus will not stop me from shaking hands. I'm a rebel. I ain't going to stop shaking hands. And now Boris Johnson moved to intensive care after coronavirus symptoms worsened. I hate to say ha-ha, but like a little bit ha-ha. Because, dude, I mean, if it was just you, but you shook hands with a bunch of people, you get other people killed. That's the bad part about it. But, like, yep, even the UK are dipshits, voting for basically their version of Donald Trump. Like, it's just not our country that's incredibly stupid. The stupidity is all over the fucking Western world. And, did you hear about this shit? Oh, hell no, man. Nadia, a 4-year-old Malayan? Shouldn't it be Malaysian? I don't know. Malayan tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York has tested positive for coronavirus. This is the first known instance of tiger being affected. The USD says, oh, shit, no. The coronavirus is now fucking with cats? Man, I'll tell you what, I was on the fence before, but I'm starting to think the coronavirus is an asshole. Seriously, don't fuck with the tigers. And also, I just want to say, fuck Carol Baskins. I know somehow she's behind this shit. So, go to hell, Carol Baskins. Definitely to blame, Carol Baskins. And I guess I'll take a break and read the super chats a little bit. What you guys got to say in the super chats. Put on my glasses so I can see what the fuck is happening here. James Fulcher, Dick Riders. Wait, is this 2009 again? Yes, it's always. Stands are always going to stand. It's always going to be that way. Ginormous. Okay. I guess I don't have any more super chats. This is your time to super chat me if you want to read it. If you want me to read it. Let me make sure that it's actually, sometimes it locks up and I reload it. Make sure it's actually working. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. All right. Let me check the regular chat then. For all you poor motherfuckers. After I'm dead. Yep, after you're dead. Joe Biden publicly sniffed kids' hair. So, yeah, he does. Handsy Joe. Not a great candidate. Absolutely not a fucking great candidate. But, what you gotta do? Like, it's the lesser of two evils, definitely. So, we gotta do what we can do to have the most progressive policies. No more cats right now, please. Let me move on to the super chats. Not super chats. I already did the super chats. Oh, here's one from, Proto says Trump doesn't believe in climate change. Trump doesn't believe in Roe versus Wade. Trump doesn't want $50 minimum wage. These are things Biden wants. Yeah, Biden wants 2-year free college, decriminalization of marijuana, criminal justice reform, getting private money out of elections. He wants the public option. Like, there are a lot of really, not as good as Bernie, but much better than anything the Republicans can put forward as far as Biden's policies go. So they're definitely worth fighting for, in my opinion. Move on to the populist party. Like, okay, but I mean, it's not my fault there's a two-party system in this country, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. So, in my opinion, we have to fight for the people that need it right now with the best ways that are going to get them the most help right now. Is it everything we want? No, it's not. Not even close. But you have to fight to get more people's stuff now and then keep fighting for everybody while you do that. It sucks. It sucks. This world is not ideal. Never has been, never going to be, but you just have to do what you can do for harm reduction, in my opinion. I sent a super chat, Dusty. I read it, Proto. Thank you very much for your super chat. I just hope that Biden won't just be warming the seat for someone who's worse than Trump. Like, that is a narrative a lot of people are putting forward, but, like, who the fuck could be worse than Trump? Seriously. I think this is just fear-mongering. I think this is fear-mongering to make people want to keep Trump in office for another 4 years, which will hurt people. I just don't think, like, I can't think of a single candidate that will be worse than Trump. Trump is like a once in a multiple lifetime candidate. I don't think I guess it's an argument that Bush was worse than Trump because Bush did kill 1 million people. That's hard to argue against, folks, but still, like, I guess we could have another Bush in office, but I don't see that happening, so it just seems like fear-mongering for me. But vote for policies, not the egomaniac. Yeah, that's what I agree to. Trump leaves a pattern to Kenneth Copeland and Jim Baker. Yeah, that's better than Biden. Yep, no way that's better than Biden. I agree with you. If Biden is the candidate, you vote for him or Trump wins. Yeah, like, even if you don't vote, it's a vote for Trump. Not voting is a vote for Trump. A vote for anybody other than Biden is a vote for Trump. And 4 more years of the same thing. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about that. Dustin, did you mention how George Pell got free today? Absolutely disgraced. Nope, I didn't read that. I don't even know who that is. I'll have to look that up later. All right. 40 minutes to go on the show. Let's keep rolling with the show. Got more to cover. Gonna talk about some Trump a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw the last press conference that Trump gave, but something was off a little bit about it. I can't quite put my finger, but something was different about it. Oh yeah, it's because he's not standing in front of the podium. That's what it is. That's what's weird here. It's his lack of standing in front of the podium. So, gotta say, Pence is looking great, though. Love the look, Pence. Awesome. And it is like 1984, folks. No matter what happens, they spin it. They spin it to be good. Just spoke to my friend, MBS, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, my buddy in Saudi Arabia who murdered an American journalist, and I covered up for him. You know, good old Saudi Arabia, who 15 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11 were from, and there's plenty of evidence that they were funded by Saudi Arabia. You know, Saudi Arabia, who's killing civilians all over the place because we sold them billions of weapons. Yeah, my good friend in Saudi Arabia, who spoke with President Putin of Russia. You know, good old President Putin of Russia, who literally downed a commercial airline and killed hundreds of people. I expect and I hope that they will be cutting back approximately 10 million barrels and maybe substantially more, which, if it happens, will be great for the oil and gas industry. Yeah, this will be great for the oil and gas industry when gas prices go up and then when they go down. Good for consumers. Gasoline prices coming down. So either way, it's good, folks. When it goes up, spends it. Great for gas companies. When it goes down, great for consumers. Make up your mind, Trump. 1984 bullshit. And oh my God, this is so maddening, folks. I don't know if you heard about this, but conservatives in Florida are freaking out because they spent $77 million on this website for unemployment benefits. And the website was specifically set up to make it more difficult for people to get unemployment benefits. It was set up to, literally set up on purpose to crash and be confusing and make it to where people couldn't figure it out, so they couldn't get unemployment benefits. So now that record numbers of people are needing unemployment insurance, you know, their unemployment checks, the website is behaving exactly like it was built to do. It is preventing people from getting unemployment. And so obviously people in the state are fucking pissed off. I guess former Governor Rick Scott set up on purpose to do that, so he could claim that the unemployment numbers were going down because less people were able to figure out the website to actually apply for unemployment. So he could say, see, unemployment's gone down way big under me. This is what Republicans do, folks. They are just the most evil fucking people in the world. So because of this, Trump's approval ratings have had a huge dip in Florida. He's much less popular than he was, and Biden has taken a pretty big lead. So all the people that say Biden can't beat Trump, I mean, like, maybe he can't. But that's exactly what people said about Trump against Hillary. Trump can't beat Hillary. You guys are fucking... Even I said it. Repeatedly said that Trump wouldn't beat Hillary. But I was fucking wrong. So people that say that Biden can't beat Trump don't know what the fuck they're talking about. We're all fucking idiots, and none of us know what's going to happen. We really fucking don't. So I would not be surprised to see Biden win. I wouldn't be surprised to see Biden lose. Neither outcome would surprise me in any way. But I agree with a classic liberal here. The goalposts are moving so fast. Yeah, this is a Republican chud, Bill Mitchell. 17 Americans, mostly elderly and sick already, have died from COVID-19, and the left is already to bury the country. I can't decide which is worse. Their evil hearts or idiot brains. We're so evil. Then as a little bit time progresses, 257 Americans have died, and we are literally shutting down the whole country. I have lived a long time. This is the most insane shit I've ever seen. Yeah, who cares? Don't fucking sacrifice the economy for human lives. And then a couple more days go by. So we get less than 200,000 COVID-19 deaths in America. Can we all agree that Trump is the greatest president of all time? Yeah, man. If more people die than died in 9/11 and World War II, or more Americans die than 9/11 and World War II and the Iraq War, all combined, is Trump the greatest president of all time? Sure he is. A little bit more time goes by. While death is sad for the living, left behind, for the dying, it is merely a passage out of the physical body to the spiritual existence, free of this mortal coil. If one turns off the radio, the music is still there. For all we know, the dead weep for us. Yeah, it's actually good to die. It's awesome to die, folks. So let's not sacrifice the economy for people, because death is a cool thing. They're actually happy in heaven right now, and they're crying for us because the economy is faltering. And actually, the stock market went up like 1,300 points today, which is a pretty big jump, which, like, I'm actually happy to see. It's good for Trump, but I'm still happy to see it. You know why? Because I don't want people to suffer. That's the way you should be, in my opinion. And Trump is, like, out there trying to sue everybody, man. Captain Free Speech. He's saying somebody ought to sue his ass off. Talking about the whistleblower. The whistleblower told the truth about Trump's dealings with Ukraine. So not only did Trump fire the guy who reported the whistleblower's complaint to Congress, he fired that guy. He's out there saying that he wants the whistleblower sued. Folks, remember when whistleblowers were the good guys? They're heroes. And even Republicans used to say this. whistleblowers are the good guys. But now, when they say something about Trump, no, fuck them, sue them. Sue these motherfuckers. These free speech absolutists changed their tune real quick. And this guy put it to Trump, no, Castler comedy. Sue me, Trump. I'm the one who worked on The Apprentice and told everyone you snort Adderall all day. You won't sue me, though, because you know it's true. Remember what your buddy Chuck Z brought to the after parties? I do, real Donald Trump. Yeah, motherfucker, sue this guy. Let's have some court hearings about your Adderall obsession, Trump. Do it! But he won't, because Trump is a drug addict. Sniffy McSnifferton, sniffing all the fucking time, because he's on the good stuff. Only way he can pull his fat ass carcass out of bed every day is with the Adderall. And, oh God, he just gets more and more stupid every day. Here's Trump blaming Obama. In essence, he doesn't actually mention Obama. He mentions they inherited, though, which is talking about the Obama administration. They inherited broken coronavirus test from Obama. Folks, the coronavirus wasn't even out when Obama was president. It didn't happen until 3 years into the Trump presidency, yet he's still going to blame Obama for this shit.
A lot of people, because now we have tests that really work well. Abbott, in this case, Abbott. We have other tests being developed right now that are also fantastic. The original tests, the ones we inherited, Jim, as an example, they were broken. They were obsolete. They were not good tests, and that's what we got stuck with.
Didn't inherit anything. It didn't happen until 3 years into your presidency. What the fuck? Like, conservatives, don't you ever get tired of being lied to? Ever. Hey, but, you know, folks, my criticism of Trump is not valid, right? Nah, it's not legitimate, because legitimate criticism of Trump is very rare, isn't it, folks? It's so rare. Good Lord, these people have so many subscribers. So next up, folks, we're going to talk about Joe Biden's healthcare plan. Now, I hate that I'm the one that has to stump for Joe Biden and show for Joe. I hate it. Hate. God damn it, I wish Bernie would have got the nomination. I wish. But it doesn't look like he's going to. So, is Joe Biden better than Trump? Yes. Yes, he is. So let's discuss Joe Biden's healthcare plan briefly. Now, keep in mind, Trump has done everything he can from the presidential level to sabotage Obamacare. Everything. And the Republican Congress has voted like 40 times to rescind it. They've offered nothing in its place to help Americans. So yes, this is vastly superior to Obamacare and to, of course, way superior to anything the Republicans are going to put out. So I do, as an adult, have to point this out. It's not my fault. The Biden plan to protect, build affordable health care. Give every American access to affordable health insurance. It's not free, but like even Medicare for all wouldn't be free. The taxes would be raised. So instead of raising your taxes about the same amount of money that you would have to pay out of your check for Medicare for all, instead, you're not going to get taxed for that. You're just going to have to buy insurance. And the public option basically is an option where the government is the insurer. And it takes the for-profit incentive out of the insurance companies. And the government can then take the massive amount of people that sign up for the public option and negotiate for better prices. Is that as good as Medicare for all? In my opinion, no, it's not. But like I said, vastly better. Giving Americans a new choice, a public health insurance option like Medicare. Remember when Obama was trying to get health care passed? Everybody wanted the public option. And everybody was so disappointed when we had to settle for Obamacare. Well, now it's our chance to get the public option, which is just one step closer to Medicare for all. Slow incremental change. It's like, sad to say, it's what the country wants. Not what I want, but it's what the country wants. So yeah, I got to fight for it. I can't help it. More people are going to be helped this way. It's not my fault. Increase the value of tax credits to lower premiums and extend coverage to more working families. Today, families that make between 100% and 400% of the federal poverty level may receive a tax credit to reduce how much they have to pay for health insurance on the individual market. The dollar amount of the financial assistance is calculated to ensure, so basically it's going to give poor people more money to buy insurance, to make it the very poor people, basically it should be free. Expanding coverage to low-income Americans, which is good. Provide the peace and mind of affordable quality health care and a less complex health care system. All Americans will have a new, more affordable option. Middle-class families will get a premium tax credit to help them pay for coverage. Premium tax credits will be calculated to help more families afford better coverage with lower deductible. Stopping surprise billing. Tackle market concentration across the healthcare system. Lower costs and improve health outcomes by partnering with healthcare workforce. stand up to the abuse of power by prescription drug corporations, repealing the outrageous exception allowing drug corporations to avoid negotiating with Medicare over drug prices, which is very important to get drug prices down, limiting launch prices for drugs that face no competition and are being abused priced by manufacturing. We definitely needed these steps to get our drug costs down, which are insane in this country. People are literally having to drive to Canada to get to drugs because our laws favor the drug companies so much that it drives prices up to insane levels. Limiting price increases for all brands, biotech, and absolute abusively priced generic drugs to inflation. Allowing consumers to buy prescription drugs from other countries, terminating pharmaceutical corporations' tax breaks for advertising spending, improve the supply of quality generics, expanding access to contraception, and protect the constitutional right to an abortion. Very fucking important. Just on the SCOTUS level, what Trump is doing might lead to women losing the right to abortion for 40 to 50 years. Very important to fight for, folks. Yeah, I know shoe and head's going to be fine either way, but a lot of people aren't going to be good, right? We got to fight. Even if we don't like Joe Biden, it's important to fight for this stuff. Reverse the Trump administration and states' all-out assault on women's right to choose. Restore federal funding for Planned Parenthood. Good stuff, folks. It's good stuff. Just as the Obama-Biden administration did, President Biden will rescind the Mexico City policy, also referred to as global gag rule, that President Trump reinstated and expanded. Reduce our unacceptably high maternal mortality rate, which especially impacts people of color, which is very true. Poor people are hurt by this way more than anybody else, and people of color, which usually are in much greater amounts poor than white folks. Defend health care protections for all, regardless of gender identity, and sexual orientation, which is very important. They've actually passed laws under Trump, that healthcare workers don't have to treat trans people if they don't want to. Isn't that important to fight against? In my opinion, yes. Achieving mental health parity and expanding access to mental health care, which is desperately needed in this country, folks. I just underwent this recently with my loved one who had to go get mental health, and it was amazing how horrible it was. Like, they made my loved one feel like they would just rather die than get help. They sent them a $4,000 bill just for the fucking ambulance ride. It's the most insane shit, dudes. So anyway, yes, this stuff is better in every fucking possible way than Trump is putting forward. And I know a lot of you are like, well, Dusty, Joe Biden is a liar. He's not actually going to do any of these things. Why are you believing their policies? And I understand you guys when you say that. I showed this in my last show. They've done studies, and they've shown that most people believe this, that politicians, especially presidential candidates, are liars, and they won't actually implement the policies they run on. But it turns out, historically, this turns out not to be true. Historically, almost always, presidential candidates implement, at least partially, 67% of what they run on. Now, they're not dictators. They have to work with Congress. There's only so much they can do, but they do try to implement the majority of the policies they run on. Now, they do this for logical reasons. I mean, they ran on these policies, and they want to be seen as honest. And I do not think that Joe Biden is a once in multiple lifetime Bond villain who is going to buck this historical trend of doing or trying to implement the policies he runs on. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's an incredibly evil person who is just lying about all this stuff. Even fucking Trump has tried to implement most of the policies he ran on. Even Reagan, they've all done it. So I don't think Biden is going to be the one to buck this trend. I understand people think this. They've always thought this about every president. It's just history doesn't agree with you. History is a great guide for what is going to happen. So yes, I think, and even if he only implemented 20% of this, 20% of his policies, it's immensely better than letting Trump continue to do what he's done. In my opinion. So yes, I have to fight for this stuff even if I don't like Biden. I can't help it. I got to fight for people. I got to fight what's going to help for the most people. That's just my opinion on it. And did you see? Joe Rogan basically came out and said he was going to vote for Trump over Biden. Same guy, like last month, said he was going to vote for Bernie over Trump. But now that it looks like Bernie's not going to get the nomination, he's going to vote for Trump. It's almost like his vote has nothing to do with policies whatsoever. It's almost like he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about in any way. and he just kind of blows with the wind with whatever's popular. Let's listen.
This is the real issue with the Democratic Party. They've essentially made us all morons.
Yeah.
With this Joe Biden thing.
Nobody made you a moron.
They
Can you
made us all
imagine?
morons.
Who do we need? I mean,
I can't vote for that guy.
I can't vote for him.
I can't vote for him.
I can't vote for Trump.
I'd rather vote for Trump than him.
Well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I'd rather vote for Trump than, 2 years free college or the public option or the decriminalization of marijuana and the expunging off the records of everybody who's been convicted of marijuana offenses or criminal justice reform or climate change policies. Yeah, I'd rather vote for fascism than that. Says goddamn bro Rogan, the fucking idiot. Please stop with the cats, okay? It's just insanity, guy. This guy knows nothing. There's no doubt he gets all his fucking information from YouTube videos. No fucking doubt whatsoever. He's never once gone and read Joe Biden's policies. But this is a guy that lots of people listen to, and I don't even think it's a big loss. Because I doubt very seriously much of his audience was going to vote for Bernie Sanders anyway, to be honest with you. I think most of them are going to vote for Trump anyway, regardless of what he says. So, no big loss, in my opinion. But it would have been nice if he would have had Biden on the show like he did Bernie. Joe Rogan says Biden, Warren, and Mayor Pete tried to get on his podcast, and he turned them down. I like Tulsi and Bernie. That's it. Everybody else can eat shit. Well, I mean, if you would have had him on the show, maybe you would know what his policies were. Maybe consider having him on the show, Joe. And maybe he could talk you into supporting him like Bernie did. Just a thought. Just a thought, Joe. So, anyway, let's read the chatty chats and see what the fuck's going on with the chats. Putting my glasses on so I can see what the fuck's going on. I thought Joe Rogan looked down on professional wrestlers. I don't know about that. I think he's friends with Hulk Hogan, isn't he? Boom! I can't believe Rogan thinks Joe can't complete sentences. I mean, nothing that Biden has done is any worse than what Trump has done as far as being able to speak. It's just not. Now, they do take, an hour broadcast that he makes or speeches that he gives, and they clip out the stupid parts, the parts that he makes mistakes, and they blow it out of proportion to make him look senile. But you could absolutely 100% do that with Trump in every way, and they just don't do it. The narrative is different. The way they treat these two candidates is completely different. You guys got to be able to see through that shit. Joe, have you tried DMT, Rogan? I actually have tried DMT. They removed my video from YouTube of me doing that. The fucks. 4 more years of kids in cages. No thanks. Biden is also going to deliver the One Ring to Sauron, LOL. Maybe. That would be cool. Vote for the guy with less sexual assault victims. Vote blue. Yep, that would be better. People tell me all the time, Dusty, Biden has 8 different sexual assault accusations against him, but that's really not true if you actually look into it. He does have 8 different women who have said that he made them feel uncomfortable, but all of them except for one didn't say it was sexual assault. They just said it was, it just made them feel uncomfortable. Not in a sexual manner or anything. Just he sniffed their hair or touched them on the shoulders in a way they didn't like. And the one that did accuse him of digitally fingering her, basically, I mean, you guys should research that for yourself and look at the evidence and make your own decision about whether you think that's true or not. But people are just like, Biden's a rapist. He hasn't been convicted of anything. He hasn't even been charged of anything. I mean, we do sort of have innocent until proven guilty, sort of. I don't know. Seems sort of unfair to me, but what you gonna do? Trump is corona, Biden is flu. Corona is thousands of times more dangerous than the flu. Agree with that. True. Trump built on lies. I know, right? Trump is the greatest liar I think we've ever had in the White House. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing. Blood on your hands, live to yourself. Agreed. Biden should just pretend to support universal health care, force Republicans to settle on the public option. I think he just wants to be honest. I think he doesn't believe, he thinks the public option is better for a lot of different reasons. I think one of the reasons is people give him a lot of shit because there was this, speech he gave to a bunch of rich donors where he said that if he's elected, nothing is going to fundamentally change. And that's something that gets thrown up a lot to shit on him. But if you actually look at what he was saying in the context he was saying it, he was telling these rich donors that if they elect him, that he's not going to confiscate their wealth. That for them, nothing is going to fundamentally change as far as their wealth goes, which is terrible. But wasn't him saying that across the country, nothing at all is going to fundamentally change. It didn't mean that he's not going to try to pass the public option or his policies or anything. He was just telling them that he is not going to confiscate their wealth. He's not going to implement socialism to make them all poor. That's what he was really saying to them. Now, is that a good thing to say? No. That is a shitty thing to say, but a lot of people are taking that out of context to say that he was saying that nothing, period, is going to change. And that's just simply not true. That's not what he was saying. All right. Let me read the super chats. Continue on with the show. What time is it? 20 more minutes. Making good time. All right. Let's check the chats. Put my glasses back on so I can fucking see. He'd rather vote for Trump. Completely moronic. I know, right? Ridiculous. Joe Rogan knows nothing. He's a fucking moron. Foreigner T, $9.99. Thank you, Foreigner. Salted, two-faced bleeps like June can't deal. Don't let your integrity shake. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to let it shake. I'm still calling it out and stuff, but, like, she does have 1 million people on her YouTube, 1.3 million or something, and she has, like, over 300 people on Twitter alone. I mean, she has the ability to influence a lot more people than I do. So if I can help influence her in the right direction, then maybe that's the right thing to do. Like, I don't know, folks. Like, I'm always questioning whether I'm doing the right thing or not, and I'm always, like, trying to be introspective. So, like, I'm open to suggestions on all this. EOManScode 84, $5. My aunt in the UK is increasingly making racist, bigoted posts, all the while saying she's not either. What's your advice on engaging with her? Don't. Social pressure. I'm not gonna hang out with you or fucking have anything to do with you. You quit being a racist piece of shit. Why would I associate with a racist piece of shit? Fuck off till you change. Come back to me when you're different. That's what I would do. You sound happy or not? I'm glad. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm always usually pretty happy, but I'm trying to be less depressed about all this. You just kind of do the best you can and then try not to worry about it too much. Appreciate that, Kayleigh Harday. And that's all the super chats. 20 minutes left in the show, so if you guys want to get your super chat read, last chance to get your super chat in. Yeah, and let's see where we're at on the show. Okay. This pisses me off, folks. This is maddening. This happened, I guess, a few days ago. I think this was maybe March 18th. I'm not sure. But anyway, 2 black guys go to Walmart with masks on, like they're supposed to do. And a cop follows them around and kicks them out of the store for wearing masks.
Okay, so we were in Walmart and what's this, Wood River? And Wood River, Illinois. This officer right here behind us just followed us in the store. You just video. He said we can't video, but he just told us we're on body cam. He just followed us from outside, told us that we cannot wear masks. There's a presidential order, there's a state order, and he's following us right now to the store. We're being asked to leave for being safe. And this is what we're doing right now. I'm going to upload this as soon as we leave the store. This is the officer following us out of the store for absolutely no reason. If anybody knows,
he didn't ask them to leave. He just told them they couldn't wear masks in the store. So, not amazing. And so, of course, his superior officer is backing him. There's not much I can say, said Wells. I back the officer by what he tells me. Just like anything, there's more to the story. Well believes the man unfairly assumed the officer was being racist. These 2 guys literally never once in the video say anything about him being racist. They never mention race, not once. So he's just assuming that they're claiming the officer is being racist. Now, to me, I think the officer was being racist. I'll say it. But these guys never said it. So, of course, fucking cops gotta all stick together. They can't punish their own. But fucking dickhead cop, fuck you. And I agree with what the person said. In case you wonder why some of us aren't rushing to wear masks, yeah, I wonder why. All cops are bastards. Hey, Cap. And Alex Jones' life ain't going too well, but he's pretty funny a lot of the times. Let's listen.
I'm stressed, folks. I know you're stressed as well. I have really tried to be as accurate as I can on this. It's moved a lot. We knew it was big when it started. We knew it was an economic weapon. We know it's a real bioweapon. The question is, how deadly is it? It is reinfecting. It is targeting the testicles. And that means that it's got globalists written all over it for depopulation.
Yeah, folks, it's targeting your testicles. Goddamn globalist, it's depopulation. But I've been as accurate as I could possibly be on this, folks. It's the Illuminati. It's the interdimensional space aliens. He literally said this. The interdimensional space aliens. But I'm being as accurate as possible. So I don't know. Cover your testicles, folks. Corona gonna kill your sperm. And this is pretty funny. This is James O'Keefe right-wing Republican chud, lying smear merchant. He lies, spreads fake stories, records secret video people, and then edits it out of context to make them look bad. So listen to this shit. And then basically he's interviewing this healthcare worker who goes into tents, these hospital tents with these corona victims. And this guy's telling him that it's no big deal, that the coronavirus is not really that big of a deal. But you'll notice the entire time that he's talking to him, he doesn't roll down the window. So he's trying to spread the message that it's no big deal, but he ain't fucking getting anywhere near this guy. Oh, just funny.
What about the situation itself? Is it as bad as the media is saying, the whole pandemic?
Oh, no, it's the flu.
Not as bad as the media is saying, I'm hearing you.
I'm in the fence with you, with them. I'm doing all this.
You're doing everything.
Yeah, and I'm not getting sick, I'm good.
Wow. What about the situation?
Right on the window, dude. Right on. Shake his hand. Give him a little smooch on the lip there. Oh, God, so funny. Their self-owns are just hilarious. Like, they can own themselves much better than I could ever own them. And this clip of Dr. Drew went viral last week of all the times he was wrong about the coronavirus. I'm not going to play the whole thing. The whole thing is like 5 minutes long.
From the beginning that this is going to be worse than the flu.
But this went viral on Twitter with the hashtag, I think it was Fuck Dr. Drew was the hashtag. Everybody shitting on him for this, as they should.
We predicted from the beginning that this is going to be worse than the flu.
It's way less virulent than the flu, so it's a reminder.
See, he was lying. You heard what he said at first. We predicted at the very beginning this is going to be worse than the flu. Let me play that again. This is how they rewrite history. It's like 1984 bullshit.
We predicted from the beginning that this is going to be worse than the flu.
Sure you did.
It's way less virulent than the flu, so it's a reminder that you're more likely to die of influenza, so go ahead and get your flu shots. Mild, doesn't hurt anybody. That should be the headline. Way less serious than influenza. That's the headline. You know what the 2% lethality thing is you have there? Are you talking about the coronavirus? I think it's less than 2%. It's like 0.02%. It is less dangerous than influenza. Less dangerous than influenza. Your probability of dying of coronavirus, much higher being hit by an asteroid, I would say.
The flu virus in this country is vastly more consequential, and nobody is talking about that.
This corona thing doesn't worry me
at all. It is a press-induced panic. I am angry about it. It is the flu.
If you're under 65 and you get it, you're going to have the flu, and you're going to be fine. It's rare to get complications under that age, 0.1%.
The way Americans in 2020 panic is to hoard toilet paper. You know,
right.
and
toilet paper and
antibacterial gel.
Right. In response to the flu, right?
It's just a flu, and it's a different flu. And if you notice, it's Corona 19, which means there's at least been 18 of these other ones.
Oh, yeah.
I understand.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be just like the flu. It's going to be almost identical. I can see it coming.
And by the way, if you combine corona and influenza this year, it's still just a moderate flu season.
Yeah, there's like 5 more minutes of this. So when he says...
We predicted from the beginning that this is going to be worse than the flu.
Yeah, didn't they? Did they predict from the beginning this is going to be worse than the flu? No, you fucking liar. You do know that your shows are recorded, right? We can see you and hear what you're saying. You fucking liar. Like, he should never be invited back on any show again whatsoever. This should be a career ender. He literally has no credibility whatsoever. He should have never had any credibility to begin with because he's a hack. But this should be it for it, folks. If they ever invite him back on any show, then that should have automatically destroyed that show's credibility. Fuck Dr. Drew. Who would have thought an MTV doctor would have been full of shit? Who would have thought that Adam Carolla's buddy would be a goddamn hack? Nobody saw it coming, folks. What time is it? 13 minutes left, all right? And Mark Cuban, who is a horrible human being, calls out 3M for allowing distributors to jack up prices for critical N95 respiratory masks. Well, you're like a multi-billionaire. Donate your money, Mark Cuban. Immediately. You fucking piece of shit. Don't call out other people for doing it. Like, yeah, these people are assholes. It actually came out that the government, the U.S. military, is going around the world and buying up masks and medical equipment. And then they are turning them over to private businesses who are then selling them back to the states for sometimes a 700% markup. I shit you not, folks. The craziest thing. We're probably not going to cover that tonight. I think we're not going to get there because we don't have 10 minutes left. But I'm going to cover that on the next show. Probably on Wednesday we'll cover that. But donate your money, Mark Cuban. You fucking greedy piece of shit. But it's time to eat the rich, folks, and an update on another greedy motherfucker. Elon Musk. Elon Musk dismissed the COVID-19 fears as dumb. He pledged to donate 1,000 ventilators, bask in the free publicity, and then donates just 40 ventilators, none of which can be used to Corona-19 patients. Yeah. Elon Musk's ventilator giveaway may do more harm than good. After weeks of brushing off the COVID-19 pandemic as dumb, the billionaire Tesla founder earlier this week announced he had 1,000 FDA-approved ventilators and ended up donating 40 to New York City hospitals, except the devices Musk gave aren't powerful enough to use in the ICU, and health officials have actually warned against using them on COVID-19 patients because they could spread the virus further. Oh my God. People got to quit worshiping Elon Musk. This guy is a fucking piece of shit, man. Lower than dirt. And Jeff Bezos, another person that probably should be put in prison. Jeff Bezos' LA mansion has 3 saunas, 2 guest houses, a golf course, a tennis course, a motor court with gas pumps. His DC mansion has 2 elevators, 25 bathrooms, 1,006 light fixtures, and a movie theater. Meanwhile, he refuses to provide paid sick leave for all his employees. Like, prison! We should pass greed laws and put them in prison. Sorry. If in this time of pandemic you do not support your employees that made you rich, prison! Let's make examples of these motherfuckers, and this is the kind of shit they're doing. So basically, this Amazon worker was trying to strike and trying to help other people to strike because they're in unsafe working conditions at Amazon. As Bernie Sanders says, Amazon warehouse worker protested because people are getting sick on the job. Their demands were not radical, a safer workplace, protected gear, and paid sick leave. So they fired this guy, of course. And Jay Carey, Senators, I'm confused. Thought you wanted us to protect our workers. Mr. Smalls purposely violated social distancing rules repeatedly and was put on paid 14-day quarantine for COVID exposure. 3:30 he returned to the site. Knowingly put our team at risk is unacceptable. You have been misinformed. Again, Senator Sanders. Mr. Smalls purposely violated social distancing rules multiple times and on 3/28 was put on paid 14-day quarantine due to COVID exposure. 3:30 he returned to the site, knowingly put our team at risk, but guess what, folks? Exclusive leaked notes from an internal Amazon meeting revealed that the company executives discussed a plan to smear Christian Smalls, a warehouse employee who was fired after he let an employee walk out at Staten Island distribution warehouse. Yeah, no shit. No shit they did this to smear him. No shit they don't want their fucking workers striking. They would rather they die so that Jeff Bezos can have another 25 bathrooms. Eat the rich, folks. I'm not talking about violence, folks. I'm talking about passing laws and putting them in prison. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that's what should happen. Make examples out of these motherfuckers. And like, this is where unfettered capitalism gets us, folks. This is not an Onion headline. Homeless people in Las Vegas have been directed to sleep in rectangles painted on the pavement in a makeshift parking lot camp as a way to limit the spread of the coronavirus, a move stirring outrage on social media. Why don't we put Jeff Bezos in jail, take all his money, and put these people in his houses? That's what I say, folks. This is insanity. Insanity. How the fuck is this possible? Especially, we have more empty houses in this country right now than we have homeless people. That's how disgusting of a country we are. That's how not great America is. Never been great. Never been great. Yes, we've done great things, but overall never been great. And another example of it, folks, they are dumping milk down the drains to save the milk market. Fuck capitalism. Look at this shit. They're literally, these poor cows. Not only is it horrible enough that you're locking them up, raping them repeatedly over and over again for milk, stealing their babies from them, confining them in spaces, putting them through brutal torture, which the milking industry does. They're literally pouring their shit out. What a waste. COVID-19 pandemic is forcing dairy farmers, to dump their milk down the drain so the milk market doesn't implode. Why not give it away to those people who need it? Yeah, why not give it away to the people that are sleeping in the Walmart parking lot? What the fucking hell? It's so angry. I'm not going to scream. I'm going to stay calm today, but good goddamn. And this pisses me off. Fucking Andrew Cuomo, rich-ass Andrew Cuomo. This virus is the great equalizer. Bullshit it is. If it's the great equalizer, how did your little brother get a test? Normal people can't get tests like that. If it was equal, why do rich people have such a greater access to the test? Quit pissing on our face and tell us it's raining, you motherfuckers. Nobody believes this. That's what Madonna said while she was in her milk bath with rose petals. We're all equal now. Bullshit. Give your money away, you greedy fucks, then we'll be equal. And there is being an asshole in crisis, and then there is a president of the homeowners association during a crisis level. Like, this is hard to believe, folks, but apparently this is true. Apparently the moderators of the forum on Reddit asked for proof that this is true, and the guy sent them enough proof to prove that it was true. Look at this letter the homeowner association sent this guy. Dear HOA member, it has come to our attention that you are in violation of Article 8, Section 8 of our bylaw, Article 7, Section 8 of our bylaws, which states, Section 8, commercial businesses may not be maintained or transacted on any lot or any residential unit. I mean, they're forced to. People are forced to work from home. They have no choice because of the pandemic. But they're literally trying to kick this guy out of his house because he's forced to work from home. We have determined that this includes any work from home activities and have determined through observing your activities that you are engaged in such activities. As a result of your actions, we will be invoking Section 2, Article 4 of the bylaws, which allows the board to foreclose on any property that is in violation. If you are a tenant, your landlord has received this notification as well. You must vacate the premises by April 30th, 2020. If you are an owner, you or your tenants must vacate the premises by April 30th, 2020. You will still be responsible for any liens on your property, including mortgages. We're going to steal your house from you, but you still have to pay the mortgage, and we're going to kick you out on the street during a pandemic because you're forced to work from home. Failure to comply with these demands will result in eviction proceedings. Any legal costs incurred by the HOA board in this matter will be placed as an additional lien on your property. Failure to vacate may also result in criminal charges, as we intend to pursue those charges to the fullest extent of the law. Whoever this president is, he should be named and shamed. I wish he wouldn't have blacked out his name. This motherfucker needs to be exposed. This is beyond ridiculous. This is like some rioting in the streets type shit, folks. Can't get any more insane than that. And I guess we'll do and this is sad to hear. Like, Borderlands is one of my favorite games of all time. So apparently the guy who developed it, Randy Pitchfork, is that his name? Pitchfork. I just call him Randy Pitchfork. Apparently he's a giant fucking piece of shit. News, Gearbox developer Borderlands pays below market wages to make up for that. The studio offers profit sharing and promised staff 5- and 6-figure bonuses for Borderlands 3. Until yesterday, when CEO Randy Pitchfork told staff that wasn't happening. Basically, he took tens of millions of dollars of bonuses himself. And they promised these poor developers that they underpaid that they would get, bonuses. But now they're canceling the bonuses because this guy is a fucking greedy ass piece of shit, which makes me mad because I actually paid $60 for this game. I wish I could get my money back. Folks, pirate this game. Do not buy Borderlands. There is a very good working pirate copy with cracks on both the Pirate Bay and also RARBG. Pirate this shit. Don't ever pay this motherfucker a dime. Run him out of business. And this comes from somebody that loves Borderlands. Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck this system. Do not be a part of it. And, oh yeah. This is how the rich feel. This is how Republicans are feeling right now. Oh shit, the economy, yeah. Fucking comet gonna hit the earth. Asteroid gonna hit the earth, destroy all life. Think of the economy. We gotta restart it immediately. Yeah, fuck the economy. Think of the people. Even the dinosaurs know better, and thank God TV is covering the important things. Tomorrow, Kim Kardashian West joins us from Los Angeles to discuss how her family is managing while social distancing. Yeah, that's really what I want to hear. How is Kim Kardashian doing? How is she in her fucking mansion, having to stay 6 feet apart from her rich-ass billionaire sisters? Thank you, The View. Way to tackle the tough issues. Man, if you're watching The View, stop immediately. Do not reward these people. They are scum of the fucking earth. Fuck this shit. And we're going to finish it off with a few palate cleansers. Going to skip to the end. All the rest of this stuff we're going to cover probably on Wednesday, so tune in Wednesday for the show. I got lots of other shit to cover, you can see. We only got about half of it done today, and there'll be other stuff in the next couple of days to add to this. So we'll be doing a show probably Wednesday and Friday. Be sure to tune in, and I guess we'll skip to the last. This is pretty funny. If Back to the Future was in 2020, get the fuck back in the car, Marty. It's 2020. Yeah, get it immediately. Don't go out there, Marty. You don't know what you're facing. Tell him, Doc. Good old Doc. And last but not least, this is pretty funny. This is pretty cute to see. This dad is overwhelmed with joy at his daughter's dad joke. Look how proud he is of her of it.
Did you guys hear about the actress who got stabbed?
No, what happened?
Reese.
With a spoon?
No, with a knife.
He's so proud. You're gonna get up and hug her. That was so good, I gotta hug you. Yep. In case you didn't hear it, did you hear about the actress that got stabbed with a knife? And they're like, no, who? Reese, dad says, Witherspoon? And the daughter says, no, with a knife. I get it. It's a dad joke, but it's cute to see. He proud as fuck of her. And so that's the content I'm going to cover tonight. Let me finish up by reading the Super Chats. Lifeblood of the show, Super Chats. HS Ross, $2. I.e. advocating for... Oh, give me $5 first. Says, thank you for advocating for the cows, mentioning how they're abused and pointing out how with the waste it is all for nothing. I.e. advocating for, hey, no problem. You know, somebody's gonna stand up for this shit. This is exactly what Joaquin Phoenix was talking about when he got his award for the Joker. So I appreciate other people standing up for that, and I would do the same. Thank you, HS Ross. V. Kawanda, £5. Drew and Fox News starting to be terrified. Liability. Thanks to you. Yep, I heard that. Talking about Dr. Drew. I hope so. I hope his career is over. It should definitely be career ending. And I hope nobody's going to give him the time of day anymore. Definitely shouldn't. HS Ross, but thank you, as always, for putting Biden versus Trump into perspective. I guess I should read the first part. He says, I think at this point, the left is criticizing Biden more than Trump in a last-ditch attempt to attempt Bernie and to move Biden to the left. Like, I don't disagree with that, but now that it looks like Biden is going to get the nomination, let's see if they continue to do this. My prediction is they will. My prediction is going to be the same exact thing they did to Hillary, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm just trying to encourage them to stop doing this now. Now that it looks like Biden is going to get the nomination to fight for the more progressive policies, we'll see. But I'm going to hold them accountable if they don't do it. I'm going to try to push them that way, do what I can, but I'm going to cover it. We'll see what happens. So we can use pro-Kavanaugh arguments to defend Biden now. I mean, I don't know what the pro-Kavanaugh arguments are. Like the whole Kavanaugh, my butt's hurting. Like, believe women doesn't mean just believe, regardless of what the evidence is. It means take their claims seriously, investigate them like they're seriously, treat them like they're absolutely telling the truth, but don't just like shut your eyes and stick your head in the sand when the evidence comes back. And I think that's the same with Kavanaugh. Like, I think they investigated and they found that she told other people and whatnot. And I think those claims were more valid, but like, I have no idea, right? I'm not saying that this woman that accused Biden is not telling the truth. I have literally no idea. I'm just saying that I've read the evidence and I do have doubts about it. But it's possible it happened. But it sucks. It sucks that, you know, Biden is a gropey, handsy piece of shit. And it's sad that Trump has 27 or something sexual assault accusations against him. And he's literally on tape saying he grabs women by the pussy without asking their permission. So, like, what are you going to do? It's a shit sandwich. It's a fucking shit sandwich. You have to decide, like, I would rather take a bite of the shit sandwich that has the less shit in it. That's just me. But it's still disgusting either fucking way, and you kind of have to hold your nose and do it, and it's sad. I hate that this is the choice. But it's not my fault. I'm not responsible for how shitty this world is. Eric Moore gave me $20. Thank you, Eric Moore. That's very generous. I appreciate that. Love you, Eric Moore. Django Fett, $2. Thank you, Django Fett. What up? Carol Baskins killed her husband. Joe was right. Has that been proven yet? I don't. It kind of looks like she did from the documentary. I do know that they're going to have more episodes of Tiger King next week or something on Netflix. I don't know what it's going to be about, but that'll be interesting to see. All right, that's all the super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats today. I really appreciate it. Let's finish up by reading a little bit of the regular chat on Twitch. That joke sucks hard. It does suck, but it's a dad joke, and dad jokes are supposed to suck. Dusty has kitty fuzz. Yep, I have kitty fuzz all over me, all over the microphone, all over my fucking face. That's what happens when you live with a bunch of cats, but what you gonna do? It's all right. At least I get kitty therapy whenever I want it. Did he set up a storefront? I don't know what that's about. That is not a 30-day notice. Time for the kitties. Yeah, here's Pretty Boy again. Look at this pretty thing. He's so pretty, Mr. Pretty Boy. Yeah, I want to appreciate everybody that supported the show tonight. This is where most of the money goes. We spoil these little fat fucks here, and they're so happy. Wow, he's such a pretty boy. He gets cat hair all over me, but he's pretty. You want to show him how pretty you are? Want to show him why your name is Pretty Boy? So pretty. All right. Thank you for being my little star for a second, Pretty Boy. All right, let's read the regular chat before we end the show. What you guys got to say in the regular chat? Cult to Dust, this entire month is 420. So we get that, I guess. Yep. Smoke them if you got them. Gonna smoke as soon as I get off the goddamn show. First thing I do. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Oh, kitty, kitty. So handsome and pretty boy. Yes, I am. Thank you for the compliment. No, you're not talking about me, but I'm just kidding. I wish Biden would step aside. Yeah, me too. For the greater good of the country. It would be so patriotic if he stepped aside, but he won't. So what you gonna do? Gotta take a bite of that shit sandwich. All right, folks. That's it for me. That's my time. I really appreciate you joining me, folks. I'm also available on SoundCloud in an audio-only version. There's a link in the description of the video. If you want to listen to me or you're playing video games or whatever, you can do that on SoundCloud. I'm also available on Spotify and iTunes. You can find me on there by searching for me. So if you want to, be sure to do that. As always, patreon.com/Codcast, $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford. I do good work. We help a lot of animals, so help me out if you can. Every little bit goes a long way, and I really appreciate it. Folks, I will be back on Friday? Yes, Monday. Wednesday, I said. I'm going to do a show on Wednesday, so I'm planning. Hopefully, I don't fucking flake. You guys know me. Sometimes I flake, but hopefully I won't flake, and I will actually be doing a show on Wednesday. If not on Wednesday, Friday. But be sure to follow me on Twitter at CultofDusty1, 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 or on Facebook at CultofDusty on Facebook. And I will let you guys know where my show is going to be. So if I do a show Wednesday, I'll let you guys know on there. Be sure to follow me. And I'll keep you guys apprised. If I do a show, it'll be 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern on Wednesday. And I'm definitely going to do a show 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern on Friday. So I will see you guys then. It's been an honor, once again, to entertain you guys. I really appreciate all the support. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. You guys stay safe out there. Have a good evening. Logic! Fuck yes! Good night, everybody. Sup, Lane Diggity. Thank you for your $2. See you soon.